Hey, everybody. Hey, good morning, Zach. Good morning, Chrissy. Hola, hola, amigo. Hey, what's up, Leon? Listen, I'm just getting my tea real quick, and then I'll be right here. We'll start. All right. The kettle is almost boiling. Hold on one second. Some spilling today? What is spilling? Like, you want me to spill my tea or spelling? Oh, no, Zach. I'm confused. All right, hold on one second. I just need about 30 more seconds. I'm going to go get that water. Hold on. All right, let's close the studio. Let's get this. OMG, it's go time. Yo, what's up, everybody? How are you? Oh my goodness, spill the tea? No, sir. Say, good to see you, man. I will not be spilling the tea. That right there is blasphemy, I'm pretty sure. I mean, give us the secret infos. Maybe I'll think about it. Zach, good to have you here. I know you're brand new to the stream. So good to have you here. Where are you tuning in from, my dude? I'm sure somewhere like Somalia or something like that. Hello, guys. I'm new. Hi, guys. Yo, Markash is here too. What's going on? Nonfiction. Yo, what is going on? And drawing and listening to you. Nice. Nonfiction, good morning. I have to take some time off from Goose Goose Duck right now. I mean, I probably shouldn't, and that's fine. But yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. So YouTube. Can we talk about YouTube a little bit? I was harassing Nonfiction yesterday about whether she has a YouTube channel or not. For my first 6 months of streaming, I rejected YouTube as an option because one, I don't know how to video edit and I'm stupid at it. Two, I don't understand it and YouTube sucks for creators because you don't know how to get to the top. Three, I'm old and terrible at this. So, yeah, happy to be here. Good. I'm glad to have you. Vape Dex is here too. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Yeah, we love YouTube as viewers, right? But as a content creator, oh man, it's not good. We were gonna play Don't Starve, right? Nonfiction. I need a moment. Are we playing it? Are we? Are we gonna play it right now? Is that what we're gonna do? I watched it. I'm a little nervous to play it. So I was gonna take like 20 or 30 minutes, just kind of do some chatting. Like, okay, I gotta get my thoughts straight. Hold on. I stayed up pretty late last night watching Don't Starve videos and Age of Empire videos, and I need to just, hey, what's up, FaZe? Good to see you, man. I'm stressed and I'm nervous because I don't think I can play at that level. I don't know if we're gonna play today. I don't know. I got a little bit overwhelmed when I started watching other people playing it last night, and I shouldn't have done what I did. I should not have watched other people play it. Is a W a little bit later though? Yeah, I want to do just chatting absolutely first before I decide. I have no idea what I'm going to play today. I literally have zero idea. And no, Nonfiction, I saw it. I'm just stressed because I feel like it's hard. I feel like it's hard. And so I haven't even bought it yet. I literally have not bought it yet because I was so nervous I don't even know if it's a game. Like, I bought Oxygen Not Included plus the expansion. I've played it once, never played it again. And it's from the same company. And then I realized, like, oof, this might not be a game. I think you need a hug. No. I'm good. I promise. I'm really good. Can I show you? Hold on. I want to show you what's going on if I could. So my YouTube channel is kind of blowing up right now. I mean, not like a whole lot or anything. I think I can show you guys this, right? There's nothing like... There's nothing. All right. This is what I'm talking about. This one. Okay. This is what's going on my channel right now. Literally right now. I went from having nothing to no traffic at all. I dropped like a couple of Goose videos. Like before this, how can I go? Hold on. Last 90 days. Let me show you the last 90 days of my YouTube channel. Okay. I'm a little bit torn because I'm not sure what to do as a content creator. Yo, Nebraska. Dad, what's going on, dude? Nathan's here. What's up? You got to try Phasmophobia. I know. Well, let me talk about the collaboration stuff in just a few minutes. Because there's something I want to talk about as far as collabing with other content creators. And I'll give you a quick little glimpse. I'm considering creating a Discord server, a private one, just for consistent content creators. Just so we can collab. So we can go in and be like, hey, I'm playing this game tomorrow. Does any other streamers want to come in with me? Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing a charity event. Anybody want to do this with me? Like, I want a server that I can just go into. And I'm sure there's some that already exist. I just don't know how to get to them. So either I find one to join or I create one from my local group, you know? Because I feel like collaboration is how you get bigger. You can go far by yourself, but when you collab, you're just exposed to so many more audiences. Anyway, we're going to save that for a minute. What are you guys talking about? Nathan, we're just getting started. YouTube is starting, but a lot of this is my YouTube short that I just put up with Ambition. So literally, if I move some of my TikTok videos over to YouTube, I think we see the trend going even further. Hey, Kale something Kale. Good to have you, man. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. He doesn't want to pee his pants while... No, I do not want to pee my pants while I'm streaming. That would be so embarrassing. Hey, I'm one of them viewers. Yeah, I mean, you guys... Listen, I couldn't have done this without you guys. Flapjack Mania. Yo, what's up, dude? Thanks for having me here, buddy. Hey, no problem. No problem. We're just getting started, and I wanted to kick off just starting about how, like, what my plans are for YouTube. I'm trying to show you guys how my growth is going. Literally, you can see over the last 90 days, like, I've had, like, nothing. Just nothing. I only had, like, one video up, besides the live streaming. So I was live streaming on this channel for a while. And then I stopped. I stopped live streaming all this time here. And then I started putting up Goose Duck videos. And then you can start seeing, like, it's starting to grow. Like, even this right here. This is normally empty. Normally there's no blue bars here. Literally no blue bars. I woke up this morning to just a slew of blue bars. Basically people that are live watching your channel right now. I mean, look, I got another subscriber while we're talking. I literally got another subscriber. Okay, why is this important? The chat on screen is updating real late for me. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a time delay. It's like that for everyone, I think. Yeah. So this is my thought. I'm a middle-aged man, 43 years old. I'm bald. I'm not cute. I don't have boobies. I don't have like anything that you guys might want. And all I have to live on is my personality. When you look like this, it's really hard to get in front of people to get an opportunity to talk to them. So unless you accidentally found my stream, you wouldn't have like Like from the directory, you would have been like, oh, look at that blue haired guy. Or like, hey, look at that hot chiseled guy. Like, I'm not that guy. So the only way I can grow and compete against a lot of Twitch streamers is by diversifying. I know this. I was just too lazy to do it before. But I've been feeling a lot better, like health-wise this year. And I feel like I can take on a little bit more than I normally do. And so I need to get YouTube going. So I don't plan on doing a full stream today, just so everybody knows. I'm literally going to stream for like maybe 2 hours. I do want to play that game with her, but I don't know if we're going to make it today or not. Nonfiction, if we don't, I hope you don't get mad at me. I got a little overwhelmed and I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, I don't have boobies. But you're not Jack Ball Guy. No, like what's your YouTube channel name? Unjacked Gaming. Literally it's Unjacked Gaming. Oh no, it's not that one, Zach. Use this link. I have 4 channels. So I have one for my podcast. I have one for podcast clips. I have one to archive all of my past streams, and then I have my gaming channel. It's a dumb game, not try hard at all. No, I definitely want to play it. But I want to make videos today. So these are my videos that I'm going to make. I'm going to try to transcribe my TikTok videos over to YouTube, but I can't because most of them are not Goose Goose Duck. So I'm going to try to go and find some really good like 30-second moments in the game footages that I already have. I want to make more shorts, but today I want to make what is Goose Goose Duck? That is Oh no, she's going to get mad. I don't want that. I do not want that. I want to give it a shot though. It's pretty awesome. You do podcasts as well. We talk about everything. We literally talk about anything from sex to news to drugs to politics to health. I mean, it's quite a broad podcast. I will say that. But I am trying to like figure out where I'm going with it and dial it in a little bit. If you guys play Don't Starve together, can I join? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. Let's move on to sex now. You're so aggressive, Zach. So aggressive. So anyway, as a new creator, I wish I would have done this a year ago. Last November of 2020, me and H2K Titan, we sat down and we had like a 3-hour conversation on Discord. It was like our first conversation we ever really had. And I looked at his YouTube and I said, hey man, I said, you have 3.3 or 3.8K subscribers on YouTube. He had been doing it for a while. And I said, why are you on Twitch? You already have more subscribers than most people on YouTube. You should go and focus on this. It's the bigger platform. It's something you're good at. Anyway, he did. He stopped streaming on Twitch full time and he went over to YouTube and he started in on his full time. Let's go to H2K Titan YouTube. Let's look at what he's done since November. Since going there in November, he has 16.2K subscribers. This is H2K's channel. I am super proud of the effort that he has done. Look at his videos. 1.7K, 4.7K, 500, 2K, 600. I mean, look at this one. 120K views, 74K views. This dude is doing something. Can you drop the link? I could sub for Titan. Yeah, here's Titan's channel. If you're into balloons, Titan's channel is pretty good. So understanding where I am today and where I need to go as a content creator, I hopefully you're seeing what I'm about to say, right? I mean, hopefully this is connecting on you guys as well. Like literally, if I had thousands of subscribers on YouTube, when I go live on Twitch, a portion of these people will come over and watch me play Goose Goose Duck. A portion of these people off of YouTube will come and see my Goose Goose Duck network, such as Nonfiction, such as Shorty Games, Vape Dex in there and a bunch of other people. The more people I can get to watch my channel, the more that community will benefit from this. Not just me, but everything. If you like H2K Titan, you should sub as well. So even if you're not into balloons, he's very good. So my goal here is I'm trying to think of the broader picture, not just like the immediate like bubble that I'm in. I'm trying to think of like what would really, can I tell you guys the long game? I'm just really glad you're not sitting here playing American Truck Simulator all the time. Thanks, man. I'm not that kind of guy. I like having real conversations, and I like doing this. This is my end goal. You guys see like 5UP and all his friends, right? You guys see all like Courage and Valkyrae and all their friends, right? Like you know that a bunch of content creator circles exist. Right? There'll be like one really big content creator, and that's like your super massive black hole. And then all the other, just slightly smaller ones just kind of circle around it. Right? I don't need to be the super massive black hole, but I want to be in that system somewhere, because the more I play with certain people, the more we kind of like grow together. Right? So like, for example, if me, Shorty, and Nonfiction, for example, we play together all the time, plus a few people, not just the three of us, we would literally grow our team together, and you would have 3 times the growth, or more, depending on how many people you have. You're absolutely correct. Content and sex sells all the time. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You want the same thing. Yeah. I'm drawing a BRB screen right now on stream, just chatting, and we are also commenting on your stream. That's okay. That's fine with me. And I'm going to let whoever wants to use my BR screen, I'll drop it on my Discord if they want to. Hey, that's awesome. That is actually really cool. I have a bunch of BRB screens. I just never use them. But like, I understand that if you look at this year, you look at like the collaboration streams in like Rust, GTA 5 roleplay. I mean, that's obviously, right? Think about it. Every time a streamer interacts with another streamer on GTA roleplay, and it's an awesome interaction, you bet your ass that everybody is looking up who that other streamer is and then following them. Like every single time a streamer gets exposed to another like stream, like it's going to grow you. And I'm looking at growth. I need to grow. I have 6 months. I have 6 months to make some moves to see if this is worth it or not. I don't know. How are you? I'm doing great. Yo, what's up, Rim? Good to see you, man. Ramiro's here. Good to see you, man. Together forever. Yeah. Like, you can do more as a team than you'll ever be able to do by yourself. I mean, unless you're already a millionaire or a billionaire, at the end of the day. Here, I'll show you some of my other channels. Let's go. Let's switch accounts. Let's go over to archives. This is my archive channel. This is where I post every single one of my past streams since November 2nd, I believe. I literally have 177 full streams loaded onto this channel. You can see my bar is basically empty. Nobody watches this. Literally nobody watches this channel, which is fine. This channel, its purpose is so I can go back and download old content to reuse it, and I don't have to store it on my hard drive. If it's on YouTube, I don't have to store it. So that's why I feel like an archive channel is important. Maybe not to grow your base, but so you can go back and you have a history of what you've done. This is my podcast channel. This is the last one I'll show you guys. So this is where I do all the tea with Unjax, and you can see this as well. Very, 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 very little views. Not a whole lot going on, but I do have a little bit more watch time, so that's good, right? Hold on, did I miss anything here? Just woke up and had an exam after 7 hours. Damn, dude, that's not good. That's not good. Well, good morning to you. I'm glad you're here. But you can see like popular videos. My Matthew was very popular. I'm Matthew was probably one of the best podcasts that I've done. I've done a lot here, but this is, see, I still have gaming content on this channel, and I'm so scared to delete it, but I am thinking about removing all of this. But these were streams. No, they weren't. These were regular videos. This is before I separated my channel. That's why. Anyway, so anybody got any questions about the YouTube stuff? Listen, if you're a new content creator, you should build this up. You should definitely build this up. Yo, Shorty Gaze, what's up? Morning. How are you? Just put those over in the archives. So I do. Well, no, because those are edited. That's why. They're not like full on streams. They're streams that I recorded and I took like an hour's worth of content and I cut it and I put it up there. That was the bad move. And here's the other thing, like I've been starting to get practice again, making all my own thumbnails. So like I created all these thumbnails myself. It takes me about 20 minutes or so to create one of these. But yeah, I've been doing this. But the short that I put on TikTok, that one right there was great. This is my TikTok. I'm up to 64 followers. Look at this. This is the same video that's going nuts on YouTube right now. Almost 700 views. That is so good. I don't really know how to do TikTok. Like I saw Shorty do a TikTok video and I was like, what? How come I'm terrible at this, but she's so good? And I just realized some things I'm just not good at, and that's okay. Yeah, there's the TikTok if you want it. But just was a nonfiction stream. Good. Show that love. Show that love. See, I'm following them. They're I think they're good content creators. I think they're gonna be just fine too, you know? Like I don't know. Like I don't have like the one Shorty, like the one you did with your hand like to the music and then like boom, you got your makeup on and stuff like that. Like I don't do that. Like I would never think to do that, you know, like, but you did. Like, it's interesting. Like I only had one video go like really big and it was this one right here. For some reason, this video had 5,500 plays and I cannot figure out for the life of me. I mean, look, this is it. But this is easily a round 100 win. Dude, we're going to win so hard right now. So hard. We're dead. You know, that's it. So I don't know. I don't know how TikTok is. But listen, we're looking at tools to grow our communities. Like just sitting on Twitch every day playing Goose Goose Duck is only going to grow you so far, right? Because only so many people are going to raid you. Only so many people are going to find you. Goose Goose Duck is not a huge category to begin with. We are enjoying some really good high concurrent viewers. All right. I will say this. I've never been in another category that has had the concurrent viewership that Goose Goose Duck has. That right there is impressive, but it's only going to get us so far. So if nonfiction, if Shorty, me, who else is there? Who's there right now? Mima, Mr. Whimsy. Like if these guys don't diversify, even Choji, like Choji, she's been crushing it, but you guys also sit in front of the camera for 12 hours a day. I would rather sit in front of the camera for 4 hours a day and use the other 8 to make videos. Because at the end of the day, if I can get more hooks out there, I can do a lot more fishing. And so that's why, like, for me, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch are my 3 platforms. I want to, like, know them for sure. Yo, Knockout, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. No, that one cracked me up. I watched it quite a few times. It's because it's short, derpy, ironic, and dumb. Yeah, no, it's a good one. Like, don't get me wrong. It's actually a good clip. I tried finding ones that made me laugh, either an epic moment or something like that. And yeah, we nailed it. Yeah, all of those. Like, so I can play all night. Yeah, I understand, like, but I can't because I got 5 kids. I got a family. Like, there's like a ton of stuff that I gotta focus on it in IRL. So I can't stream as long as you guys. And that alone, you guys will kick my ass every single time. Like one day I'm gonna wake up and you guys are gonna have 5,000-10,000 followers and just cruising. And I'll be like, damn, I should have played for 12 hours a day. It is a tactic. I was reading a guy on r/Twitch. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on one second. This one is very interesting to me and we can talk about it real quick. r/Twitch. Yeah, for sure, fam. Yeah, absolutely. Community second, always. Hold on. These guys were being real jerks to this guy too. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Can you give, no, it's not that one. It's, hold on 1 second. Let me just find it. Where are you? I was reading it last night. This guy was asking how he can get a better split on his partnership. And people were shitting on him left and right. They were like, you should just be happy with 50-50. Dude, I didn't realize how many haters there were on on r/Twitch. Dude, a lot of people get angry. There's so many maybe I can't find it. Anyway, my point is though, he streamed for like 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for like a year. He started streaming last March, not March 21, March 2020, basically a month after me. He said he's getting like 1,000 to 4,000 concurrent viewers now every single day. So I do know that there's value there, right? Plus companies like people who diversify. Well, here's the other thing too. As far as that goes, when you go for your partnership, Twitch is literally going to say, show us your other social networks, because they want to see people that are growing. And if the only thing you have is, well, I have 100 concurrent viewers on Twitch, they're going to deny you. They're literally going to deny you every single time. But if you have like, 50,000 people following you on Twitter or YouTube or wherever, that's going to get you into the partnership. Anyway, not just that, think beyond that. Literally think beyond that. I get like a $300 check a month from Twitch, something like that. I usually make somewhere just a couple few hundred dollars, no big deal. It's nothing like huge or anything. But you know how good that would feel if I had 2 checks a month coming in? If YouTube was dropping a little bit of money in my account and Twitch was dropping a little money in my account, it'd probably keep me streaming a lot longer and creating content a lot longer. So these kind of things like listen, for you guys that have only been streaming maybe for a couple months out there, a year from now, you're going to want more. I understand that some of you might only have a few people watching you every time you stream, but a year from now, when you have 20 or 30 and you're just stun locked in that zone, you can't get past it. You're going to see how I'm feeling. You're going to know exactly how I feel right now. I got to get out of this thing, man. Like, I got to figure out how to get to the next level. And that's where I'm at right now. By the way, if you guys have any questions for me, you can feel free to ask. I'll try to answer whatever you guys might have. What's your guys' new hobby in the quarantine? Streaming. So you say that we don't have a life. No, I'm not saying that at all. Like, streaming is one of those things, like, either you put in an absorbent amount of time or you come in already hot from like YouTube or TikTok or somewhere else. Like, that's the way it works, man. Like, you're not going to get famous just for, doing 4-hour streams 4 or 5 days a week. Like, it's not going to happen, man. Because think about it. You can only be found on Twitch when you're live. So for 20 hours a day, nobody's finding me. Same with you guys. So that's why, like, when I see nonfiction streaming for 12 hours, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. When I log on and I see that she's got 50 or 100 concurrent viewers, it's because she's been there long enough for people to rate her, for people to stop by and get to know her. Right? I'm just using her as an example. But like, because she's been popping off lately, and I'm so happy for her. It's unbelievably awesome. But she also had to sit there for 12 hours where she could be making content on other platforms. She could be doing Instagram or whatever her favorite platform is. Like, there are opportunities to get out there. Who is being a jerk to my beautiful bald streamer? Nobody, man. I can take the heat. Don't worry. I would not have signed up for this if I couldn't take the heat. The shorty and unjacked TikTok. That'd be awesome. Listen, I want to do more collaborations with these ladies, with anybody. I want to collab. I want to collab with big Instagrammers. I want to collab with big Twitter like influencers. I want to collab outside of Twitch as much as I want to collab inside Twitch. I need to be exposed to more audiences, and you do too. Yeah, absolutely. What's this one, Chrissy? What do we got here? What's this? Oh, yeah. No, this was a really good one. That was a really good one. This would need to be on Streamers Anonymous. See, I don't really know what's going on with Streamers Anonymous. Like, we did it like once. I don't know if this is a thing. Like, nothing was followed up on. I have no idea. I mean, listen, I'll sit down and talk with anybody. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not sure what's going on with Streamers Anonymous. I'll slap his cheeks. So you just want money from Twitch and then you stream. No, Nathan, here's the deal. All right, I actually, that's probably one of the best questions somebody could ask right now. Oh, so Nathan says, so you just want money from Twitch and then you stream? No. However, I'm 43 years old. Again, I'll reiterate that. Half of my life is over. I'm not planning on spending the back half of my life in front of a microphone and streaming all day long. At some point, I have to either say this is a success or this is a failure, and I need to go on to do whatever else I want to do. I'm giving myself until February. That's my 2-year mark. If I have not made it to a point where I feel like I've done well, I am going to stop streaming. Literally, I'm going to stop streaming come February if I can't figure out how to take this up a notch. Not because of money, but because of time. I can't get time back. Like, literally, dude, you and me, we will be dead before we know it. And my family wants to go on vacation with me. They want me to, do things. I got things that I want to do. If I'm only going to stream to 20 people a session come February, I'm literally going to go find a different way to create content. I'm going to go find another opportunity. It's not because of money. It's because I have a limited amount of time to get famous. I don't have time to sit here for 12 hours a day and hope to get famous. I put a goal on myself for 2 years. Gotta go. See you. Hey, Nilo, have a go, man. He likes to stream. He just cannot have been like, listen, I got to look at my family and say, hey guys, I know I keep making only $200 to $300 a month. You guys don't mind if I spend all my time and all my money on my studio, right? Like at some point they're gonna be like, hey, this isn't gonna happen. Like it's just called being honest with yourself. I mean, I think you guys can tell that I like streaming. I literally have so much fun when I'm streaming. Can you show the TikTok? Sure. Wait, what TikTok? Like she linked me to Shorties. I can't play this because it's DMCA. I think the song on there is DMCA, but this is my TikTok if you need it. I started streaming because I was super sick, in and out of the hospital, on bed rest, lost my job, was sick. Twitch community game pulled me out of the darkness. Absolutely. I know, and Jag is so passionate about content. I'm mainly passionate about facilitating community. I'm a little bit of both. I mean, I am about making good content, but at the end of the day, the community that you surround yourself with makes the difference. I just know that if this isn't working, like I feel like 2 years is a really good, like long, like I feel like I've put in the effort, I just looked. I've only been streaming since March. It seems longer. Yeah. And it's going to go by really quick. I'm telling you, it's going to go by so fast. As I don't have TikTok and it's banned for me. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I don't know either, but it should take up, I should take up doing streamers with or without Pocket. Yeah. I mean, I just haven't talked to Pocket in a little bit since that day. I actually have not talked to Pocket. Not like on purpose or anything. I just haven't had much time. Is it good for me to start streaming with only voice first and show my face, always streaming? I don't know. Like, you're probably not going to like my opinion on VTubers. All right, here's the thing. Yo, Kook Cat, how you doing? I'm going to only tell you from my point of view, which is not correct, okay? Which is not correct. You've been streaming since May 17th. Yeah, you've had epic growth because of it too. If you can't show your face or you can't speak on the mic, you probably shouldn't get into streaming unless you just want to just talk out into the world. The likelihood of you gaining traction as a VTuber, and making a full-time living off of it is probably so slim. I would almost say it's impossible. But here's the other thing. It's more than that. By all means, do what you are comfortable in doing. But I almost feel like it's a waste of time to give advice to those people because I know that they're not going to make it. Because if you're that shy, this isn't for you. Like if you don't feel comfortable doing this, you shouldn't do it. Because people demand, there's too many content creators that have a webcam, that have a mic, that will show themselves on stream. Why would they watch you when they could watch somebody that's performing? You know what I mean? Hey, Kootcat, thanks for the, whoa. Oh, I thought that was a follow. Hold on there, sir. Thank you so much for the Prime, man. Yo, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Wow. I thought it was a follow until I looked over. Thank you, man. Wow. That's huge. I really appreciate that. But the honest answer is, if you feel like you can stream. Maybe you'll shed that pretty quick and you'll be like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. But I'm just saying, like, you have to find a way to get over the shyness. I personally will not watch a VTuber. Not only would I not watch it, but I would not raid a VTuber. I will only raid people with a webcam, with decent audio. That's it. That's my rule. Like, if you don't have a webcam, you're never getting raided from me. Never. And it's just because there's too many content creators out there. Like, why would I lock myself into somebody that doesn't even feel comfortable streaming? That right there is an unpopular opinion, and I'm probably 90% wrong. But that's just the way internally I feel. To Pocket, and I will let you know what is going to happen, bro. Oh yeah, no worries. I just got to go and hang out with Pocket. I know he's got a lot going on, I think, right now. Yeah, there you go. I'll be trying to get a cam soon. Yeah, no worries. I'm just saying that it makes a big difference, because I'm sure it helps you guys. When you're watching me, you see me roll my eyes. You see me stand up in excitement. You see me. So we have a connection on a different level. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that. I will say this, for any content creators out there that are serious, upgrade your audio first. Just upgrade your audio first. If you're going to put money into your stream, improve your audio first. Because most people, and this is true too, a lot of people will tell me that they're just listening to me and they're not watching me. They just have me on the background. And my audio is, look, I'm not gonna lie, my audio is fire, dude. Like, literally, my audio board cost me $600. This microphone's $400. All the accessories that make it happen, probably another $100. You know, I've upgraded my mic 4 times since I started streaming. This is my last mic. This is a pod mic. I actually have 2 of these. One's on a stand over here for my second person on the podcast, and this is my old one that I used to use. So yeah, I mean, these are $99. $99, great mic, easy game. Thank you for the advice, and I appreciate it very much. It's okay for me to use voice first until I get my cam right. Yes, you got to at least, they should at least be able to hear you. $99, yeah, $99 for one of these, and it is a great mic. This mic stand is a Compass, a blue Compass. Honestly, best arm I ever bought. I bought 2 of them. They were that good. This is also $99. So $99, $99. And then the most expensive part for me was I bought a Rodecaster Pro board, and that was $600. You don't have to spend that much. I did because it matters. And I had a little bit extra money. Actually, you know what? When I bought this, I got a $250 donation. It was Christmas night. Tico, YouTube Tico. Everybody know who Tico is? He's got like 5 million subscribers. He came over to my channel on Christmas night and he gave me $250. So I used that and the other money and I bought the board. If you want to help your sis out, you can send your old mic to me. I know, but the problem is this is an XLR mic. So it has, it's not USB, right? It's not USB. It just has the 3 pins. So if you don't have a board to use it with, that's the expensive part. When you go over to these, most people will use a USB though. Yeah, it is expensive. I've spent about $10,000 in my studio. Literally, I've spent about $10,000. But if you had a board, you could use these, and that's where they come in. This is a dynamic mic, and so is this one. That's why you guys can't really pick up on my background noise like you used to be able to. Hey, man. Yo, what's up, Falcon? Good to see you. My mic is terrible. That's okay, dude. Listen, as long as you know it's terrible and something to work towards, then you're fine. You just need to be aware that your mic is terrible so you can fix it. The snowball is $50. Yeah, that's a great one, right? You don't have to spend as much money as I did, but you should look up mics that will better your quality. And there's plenty of great USB mics. A matter of fact, another great mic, the mic I used before the Rode, I bought the Elgato Wave. Here, hold on one second. I'm gonna look this up, but I never search. I never search with the bar open. I try not to. Elgato Wave mic. This was my mic before. I don't know if is it in? You could literally buy this. Okay, here we go. All right, not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. All right, check this out. This is the Wave. It's in stock. This is the Wave 3. Okay, so the Wave 3, I own the Wave 1 and the Wave 3, and my daughters are using them now. This is a USB mic. It is amazing. This mic was so good to have. However, it picks up a lot more background noise. And if you don't want to spend $170 on that mic, you can go to the Wave 1. The only difference is you don't have all the dials and knobs on the mic itself. Can you buy this right now? Yeah, $130. $130, and it's got great software. It's got all kinds of stuff. This is a mic I can get behind. $130. You would literally take your audio to the next level. 15-player Among Us lobbies should come out today. That's not bad, man. If only they would have come out like 3 months ago. That would have been amazing. I don't think I go back to Among Us. I'll be honest. I just don't see. I've been used to proximity chat so much. I didn't realize how much proximity chat opened up content. I now make. Hey, who's that? Yo, Waleed. Hey, Waleed. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate that. When you have proximity chat and you're playing with other people, you can make way more funnier moments. You can make content that you could not make just by silently running around and pressing the button or killing people. If I was to use any excuse not to play Among Us, it's because I can't create good enough content. I can literally create better content with Goose Goose Duck. Yo, what's up, David? Good to see you, man. How are you? We're just chatting about all kinds of stuff. I'm answering questions. I'm talking about like the future. Queen, good to see you. How are you today? Very nice to see you. So yeah, for any small content creators that looking to upgrade their audio and you don't have a board or anything like that, my first recommendation as the cheapest solution is the Wave 1. The software and everything that comes with it is just next level. This is where you put your money. At the end of the day, for $130, you'd be at the top of the game. So anyway, so we were talking earlier about YouTube popping off. I showed you guys H2K's channel. You know, at the end of the day, it matters. This is where I am right now in Twitch. Can we talk about this too? For me, is $50 is, yeah, I don't know what kind of currency you have. $50, 308 what? Like pesos or something? Like my position is there's 67,852 people that are better than me on Twitch, according to this. I'm in the top 100,000. That's pretty good. Kunas? Oh, I have no idea. I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. You know, you can go through and you can see your own stats and stuff like that. Yesterday, I had a horrible stream. I literally had a horrible stream. Not for most of you guys would consider a good stream, but I'm just saying, like, I've been stun locked at 20 concurrent viewers for like 14 months. I just can't seem to get past it. And yesterday I was locked in at like 15 concurrent viewers the whole day. And it was just like, you know what? I'm going to go and play Path of Exile. Good content, low category. Among Us, not good enough content, but the high category. Agreed. I fully agree with that. But I can't make YouTube videos from Among Us content because it's not interesting. Like, it's fun to play and there's a lot of people trying to play, and those people follow me because they want to play with me, but then they never come back. Like, very few of them return for any other streams. They follow me, they play with me, and they move on to somebody else that they can play with. So I have like 4,000 followers, but I feel like I have 400 followers because not a lot of people show up. So I have to figure out how to bring them back. That's the hardest part. I look at that way too much. It's okay to look at 160 pounds or 100. Oh, yeah. Is that pounds? I think. I'm not really good with those symbols. I don't look at this too much, but I do look at it to kind of give me a little bit of a guidance of what I should be doing, right? Like you can see my Goose Goose Duck numbers are mostly solid, right? I sit somewhere between like 30 and 40, maybe 50 concurrent viewers. When I first entered the category, I was sitting between 70 or like 60. And then one day I was at like 106. I don't look at this too much because you can get stun locked in this too. But I do kind of like to look at it and like, look, for English channels, I'm number 30,362. It's not bad. That's not bad. But I definitely try to look to see what's going on. Like you can see like my big games and stuff like that. And Among Us was by far my largest. I literally gained 3.4 thousand followers through Among Us. But you can see over here, you can see my Goose Goose Duck numbers are way higher than anything else, but significantly lower followership. So it's one of those things, man. You just don't know. I'm not here to bitch about this. I just want everybody to make sure you guys understand. I'm not here bitching about this. I'm more just kind of talking to you guys like, what's my plan? Like, what's next? And so please don't take this any other way. Like, I'm not like, this is an announcement to quit Twitch or anything like that. I just don't feel like playing a game right now. And I just kind of want to talk. Like, listen, I'm not going to lie. I've been feeling a little burned out from playing games the last few days. And I kind of just needed to unload on a just chatting session. So you guys are getting that. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm scared to see what $5,000 is. Yeah, I have no idea, man. I would be scared too. 6 times as much. So it'd be like 3 million, right? You are the top 1%. Yeah, I'm in the top 1% for sure. I've been in the top 1% for like seriously the last year. No, the last 6 months. I've been floating in between certain numbers. But like overall, yeah, I'm 8% sus. Nice. Yo, what's up, Austin? Good to see you, man. You heard of Ark? Yeah, my youngest son plays Ark all the time. I should go. Bye. Hey, Cookcat, thank you for the support, dude. And I hope you have a great night. Ark Survival Evolved. Yeah. 3 million. Yeah, I figured that was about nothing but points to burn. Look at Chrissy over here flexing. Roblox. What about it? What about Roblox? Like, I'm not looking for a new game. This is not what I'm talking about. Hasta luego, mi amigo. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not complaining about my game. I'm complaining about my strategy for me. I'm complaining that I'm not doing this right. I'm just saying to you that I woke up pretty excited this morning because I looked at my YouTube channel and it's growing. Literally growing. Can I show you guys what's most popular right now? Literally the ambition video. I went from like nothing to last night. Something happened last night, but YouTube started putting it in people's like feed, and it just keeps going. Literally, people are watching this. My YouTube short is going to end up with a ton of views. You should try using a headset. No, the audio is even worse. Wait, why? Can I ask why you would say that? Why would I use a headset? I'm not challenging you. I'm just asking, from your opinion, what would improve if I used a headset versus what I have now? I'm just curious. So for those small content creators, YouTube Shorts make a huge difference, by the way. Literally a huge difference. It's not bad, man. It's literally not bad. You can get a headset with a mic. Literally, this is the best mic you can buy in the world. I mean, I'm sure there's better mics, but like literally this is the industry standard. Why would I downgrade my headset? I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I didn't either until the other day. So this is what you do. You go to your TikTok or you go to your clips and you make a TikTok video like this. Then you copy this video, you build a nice thumbnail for it, and you upload it to YouTube and you put shorts, hashtag shorts in the title or the description, and YouTube will do the rest. Literally, it took me 3 minutes. I watched a YouTube video, I followed it, and this is the result. For less than 5 minutes of work. It was insane. Jackbox need 1 million, but Among Us need half that. It needs to be forever 22%, right? Fiction has that mic. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, if you can upgrade to it, this is the mic. Like, I would never do a headset. Like a headset, my audio would be worse. And then I would constantly have these things on my head. Dude, I'd have a headache and probably stream for half the time I normally do. Honestly, I would actually stream less if I had to wear a headset. Mine is a cheaper one. Yeah, but if you find out that this is for you and like you explode in the streaming world, like you're probably going to find yourself with this mic. Still nicer. Yeah, it's definitely like every mic I just showed you guys is better than a headset. For me, it's a good one. Yeah, but for your viewers, it's not. For you, it's a good one because it's just constantly, it's right there. You never have to move it. But as a viewer, it's a terrible experience. I have to use a headset for now. Yeah, if you have to use one, by all means. But if you don't have to use one and you can upgrade, you would never use a headset. Never. If you look at all the big streamers, they're not wearing headsets unless they're severely sponsored. But like all the big streamers I see, they don't wear headsets. And there's a reason for that. There's a big reason for that, dude. Anyway, please don't buy headsets if you don't have to. It makes a big difference. It really does. The headset mics, they don't have the electronics that it needs in that mic to carry on the gain and a lot of the pickups and stuff like that. And usually it's much cheaper hardware. I just like it. Yeah, I know you just like it, but me as a viewer would not like that. So like as a content creator, it would be a negative to watch your channel. Like it wouldn't encourage anybody to watch your channel. It would encourage somebody to go to somebody else's channel. So I'm saying, yes, it's comfortable. The mic never has to be moved. It's always in the same spot. It always sounds the same, right? But this mic, this kind of mic, is where it's at. What do you use for your output audio then? Like my desktop audio? I just have it like going through OBS. So like my board is hooked into my computer through USB-C, and then I have an ATEM Mini for my camera. So I have a camera selector. I can hook up to four camera inputs, and I can switch between them. Like, how do you hear gameplay when you're playing? Oh, I output through my speakers. You guys probably, bro, I'm gonna start streaming for 7 years. All right, dude, good, go for it, man. Listen, if you got the heat, dude, bring it. Bring that heat, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can really hear it coming through my speakers, but I actually have a really nice pair of like Edifier speakers that sit on my desk, and I just lightly play it. But if I can't hear somebody and I'm talking to them, I'll usually put on the headphones here. So usually either those headphones or I have these little Bluetooth pods. And these are awesome, but they only last for like 2 to 3 hours and then they die. I usually wear these if I'm like jamming my SoundCloud while I'm like editing or something or doing graphic design. My speakers are so old and they're still good. Yeah, man, most old speakers are good. Like I just wanted a pair of monitor speakers, but I mounted some brackets on my wall and I'm trying to get passive bookshelf monitor speakers with an amplifier on my desk. That's like the next big upgrade. I thought you meant you don't wear any headphones at all. No. I have them, but I only wear them. Like I will wear these. If I'm doing a 3+ hour interview, I will wear these. If I'm doing a short, like podcast or something like that, then I'll wear these. So it just depends what I'm doing at the moment, or if I'm like just playing Among Us for like a few hours or something like that, I'll wear these. But most of the time, I'm listening to everything through my speakers. Like, you guys might be able to hear my music. I don't know if you can or not, but it's playing in here and I can hear it. My mic would pick up speaker audio like crazy. Yeah, well, that's the good thing about having a dynamic mic. A dynamic mic won't pick up the background. So there shouldn't be any like looping back into my microphone. My speakers are Genius speakers. Nice, dude. Very nice. But yeah, that's how I do it. Speakers on my desk. I'm listening to everything coming through. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. What can I say, right? I have a pretty nice setup. I want to clean this up. I'm waiting to take new studio pictures for when my LED sign gets in. So I have a guy making my logo in an LED light so I can change colors and all of that. And it's going to go up here. So you'll see the Unjacked logo behind me glowing. And so I'm waiting for that to take like professional like studio pictures. My studio is something I'm proud of. And I want to show you guys. I want to show you everything. Anyway, there's that. Let me see. I only use headphones so I don't make anyone angry in my house. Yeah. Well, I own this house, so I will fist fight anybody that gets upset with me being loud. I'm kidding. They'll probably beat the shit out of me. That's my next thing. I'm working on having a marketable logo. Yeah, I mean, if you need help, let me know. Let me know. I literally, here, I'll show you my blog. Can I show you some of my design work? By the way, I know a lot of people think that here, I'm going to show you my website. I haven't written on this thing in like a few years, but some of my design work is here. Hold on one second. My server is really slow. I have to get I have to fix my website stuff. Let me just go to the portfolio. Hold on, we'll do design. I'll bring up here. This is my personal blog right here. So I write like really long like things on here, and I try to teach people how to like do social media, how to make money, how to kind of like get things going. So like these are like, this is my old portfolio. And yeah, I don't actually give a shit if you know my real name. So I haven't worked on this in a few years, but like here's logo design. What are you drinking? Oh, I'm just drinking some regular tea. It's the poor man's tea. I gotta go to Walmart after and get some better tea. Let's see. So here's some podcast stuff that I used to do. So like here's some logos I did in the past. Yeah, I'm drinking tea for sure. So this was a really fun podcast. I wish that guy would have kept on going. Real talk with real guys. He used to do movie reviews. Very interesting. Reflective Riot. Yeah, we captured this one. That was pretty good. These are all old podcasts that I used to have on my network. I used to own the AM Podcast Network. Yeah, State of the Marriage. Great podcast. I mean, all these are dead as far as I know now, but these are old ones. This was two comedians that would drive in the car and record their podcast. This was a lot of fun too. Those guys were actually pretty good. This one was like a real story put into the future after like nuclear meltdown. And he actually like did story play for his podcast. This thing was epic. Absolutely epic. I got food. Hey, good to see you, Nilo. Good to see you, man. The Full Circle. This was a high school student that was trying to do a heavy metal podcast. Very interesting, but we ended up having a falling out. Yeah, unfortunately. This was another good one that we had. Just people interviewing people, that kind of thing. The Vince Wild Show. This guy was really good until he went hardcore Trump and Republican. He went so Republican that he moved to Florida on purpose. This guy, me and him still run a huge podcast Facebook group. Another one of the Vince Wild Show. That was a heavy metal. This is my own logo right here from my website, and one that I use on like business cards and stuff like that. This guy unfortunately passed away. He was young too. He was like 35, and he was doing more of a sports show. And it was really sad when I found out, and that's why his show ended. This was my podcast logo for my network. The first one, we did reinvent it with different colors and stuff like that. Rip in pieces, yeah. Yep. So anyway, I'm just showing off a Blue Collar Review, another good show. Some fellas from North Carolina, that was fun. The Chance and Nabe show, this was a great logo. I love this logo so much. This was another website I did, epicallytech.com. It's gone now. It was more tech reviews and stuff like that. This was several years ago. Frontline Games. I'm going to kind of like move through this. Jeff's Breath. So then I started doing like cannabis logos for like companies and content channels. And this was cool. Double A. This was cannabis plants with roots and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. Joint Ventures on YouTube. We did this one. Primo Kush. I think he just stopped doing it, but he was a YouTuber, and I tried to hook him up with like a sweet logo. So we did this for him. That was pretty cool. I'm sorry if I'm boring anybody here. I am so sorry. I did this for Cyclops Genetics. That was pretty interesting. A good time. I have never shared this stuff with anybody on my stream before. So if you guys are here checking this right now, I'm getting a little bit personal, and I hope you're enjoying this. And that's it. So that's those logos. Like I said, a lot of fun, there's definitely a lot of things going on here, and I have so much more. Like that's not even like, that's like a surface of my stuff. Anyway, we'll get out of here. How bored are you guys? Are you guys really bored yet? Hold on. Let me switch music. Ladies, I don't know if I'm going to play games today. I hope that you would forgive me. But like, oh man. I don't have an issue with playing games. I just don't know if I'm in the mood. I can't wait to swim in my pool tomorrow. Dude, are you going to invite us all or what? You're going to come in here. You're going to flex on me that you have a pool and I'm not invited. I hope that you're inviting everybody. We'll be at your house tomorrow. All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh man, Shorty, what's going on today? Anything good? I feel you. I'm not either. Working on content today. I want to work on YouTube today. Yeah, where you state? New Hampshire. I'm in New Hampshire, buddy. I got a garden hose and a sprinkler. You're more than welcome to come over and run through. We're going to his place. Let's go. That sounds way more fun. I want to make content today. Like I want to go through some of my old streams. And I want to put up more. I want to at least put up one good video. One good video. Go. Rate them. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. I feel you too. This is my first time just chat. Wait, is it really? Well, you were just chatting the other night, but I guess that was for a different reason, right? Like, I'm afraid, Nonfiction and Shorty, this is directly to you guys. I'm so afraid that we play Goose Goose Duck so much every day, or just gaming in general, that we burn ourselves out. That scares me a little bit. I don't want to get burnt out. I've never been to Nebraska, man. I can't argue with that. I could probably fall in love with Nebraska for all I know. I think I'm going to do a TikTok about my background because people ask about it all the time. I feel like if you give people nuggets, like I just gave you guys my blog, like if you give them nuggets, like they'll connect with you on a different level, right? They'll feel like they're in the know. Like how many people will know my first name is Adam now? You know what I mean? Like just you guys. And then everybody else is going to think they're doxing me. They're like, I know where he lives. And I'll be like, yeah, dude, I told everybody. I want to go swimming, but I have to try my old swimsuit on and see if it fits. Yeah, there you go. It's actually going to be raining here today, so I'm not doing much. Your background music is so relaxing and good. I like it. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's just Stream Beats. All right, there's no secret. I use Stream Beats. Literally, it's free. It's copyright free. If you don't use Stream Beats, you're only kicking yourself in the junk. So, but yo, it's good. It's good. I swim in my underwear. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that, man. That means you're confident. Dude, I would swim in my underwear if people would let me. But usually they say keep your shorts on. So Harris Heller is my guru. I love Harris. But there is a point where Harris is ineffective, right? Like he's good up to a certain point. But I'm a huge fan of Harris. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I feel like his heart is in the right spot. I feel like he's an excellent content creator. Clearly knows what he's doing. He's a step above most people. I don't know how he's not bigger. I can tell you that. In Maine, I had rain last night. Yeah, we did too. Yo, Jake, what's up, dude? I'm just hanging out, man. I'm just talking. I'm just answering questions. We're just riffing a little bit and having a conversation. How are you, man? You good? Is everybody good? I hope so. You go in my house and you're allowed to swim in underwear here? Dude, let's all go to his house and swim in our underwear. That'd be hot, dude. Man, dude, nobody has ever let me swim in their pool in my underwear. Dude, you're the best. I don't care what anybody says. Look at Markash over here slinging some points like it's no big deal. So, I don't know how to do this. Let me ask you guys, what are the main selling points of Goose Goose Duck? Like, I'm literally going to record a video today saying what is Goose Goose Duck. So, what is Goose Goose Duck? Do you guys want to do this with me? Can we do this live? Hold on. Let me bring up. Can I add this? Hold on one second. How do I? Okay, add. Let's go to window capture. Let's not make that visible. Let's go notepad. Let's do this together, okay? Notepad. Okay, hold on. Okay. Window. There it is. All right, we got it. Okay. And let's make that visible. Let's downsize this, of course. Actually, I'm going to leave this bigger. Hold on one second. All right, hold on one second. We can shrink this. Let's move this, say like right here. Okay. Let's define what is Goose Goose Duck, right? I would say it is it is, hold on, it is a community driven good versus bad type of game. That's probably poorly written, but we're gonna put some thoughts. Hey, I gotta get this bigger. How do I get this bigger? Format, font, let's go 30. Okay, yeah, that's good. Is everybody good with that? Is that big enough? Hopefully. How have you been? Not? Oh, there you go. Yeah, proximity chat, right? Yeah. What contains all mods for Among Us, prox chat, roles, and more peeps. Okay, it's let's see, up to 16 person lobbies. So I gotta get my ideas out here. So I gotta make this video, right? Hold on, how you been? Yeah, the best part of Goose Goose Duck is the talking. I agree. That's what makes all of my videos even somewhat interesting. You know, that's why I need a microphone and speaker working in this game. It makes a huge difference. Country is hot. Where are you at, man? I lived in Saudi Arabia for 1 year. That was hot. That was really hot. Let's see. Been good. Smart Among Us. It is Smart Among Us, right? I can chime in with you if you would like. Yeah, absolutely. It's a game of meaningless, stupid tasks when you're hanging out with your friends, talking shit, killing each other. Yes, I would agree with that, but I have to concisely capture it. It is better than Among Us, but I feel like saying that it's better than Among Us is empty. You have to prove that it's better than Among Us. I saved 50,000 points, something. All right, go for it, man. It is free. That's another one. Let's capture that. It's free and cross-platform coming soon. I think that's another one. That's actually excellent. Croatia. Okay, we actually have a bunch of people in here. We got up to 35. How'd you do that? How did you get up to 35? Oh, you mean Celsius, like temperature-wise? That's hot. I like how it connected the developers. There you go. Yeah. Developers play and stream it. Updates happen almost weekly. All right, these are good points, actually. I'm actually kind of glad I'm doing this. I'm brainstorming with you guys. Among Us costs $5. So I don't want to make this a comparison against Among Us too much. I can use it as a reference, but I'm going to wait until I do my Goose Goose Duck versus Among Us video. I'm going to save that for hopefully Friday. Friday should be that video. Community Discord is always taking feedback. I think that's a good one too. Yo, Nonfiction with a big raid. Oh my goodness. OMG. Guys, if you do not know who Nonfiction is, you're already wrong. You are literally wrong. All right. Go check out her channel and please drop a follow over there. She's awesome. So good. Nonfiction, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Holy cow. Here's a bit of variety to color to choose from. Are you going to take a nap? Are you going to bed, Nonfiction? What do you got going on? Thank you so much. I'm too invested in your combo to keep streaming. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. We can do this together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love talking to you guys. This is like, seriously, like before I started streaming, I was like, I'm just going to do this, da, 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 da. But then I start getting into it and I'm hanging out with you guys. And I'm like, nah, man, this is cool. I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out with the crew over here. I guess I will ask again. What is it, Romero? I'm sorry. If I missed it, I apologize. I'll go back up. What is the, oh, right here. So there's two important questions. I'm sorry. It just got clipped where I was. There was two important questions I want to ask, but some people will make, joke of me first is, can I make my DSLR camera my webcam when I start to stream? Yes. But you may need a cam link, and I use the A10 Mini. It costs $300, but if you get a cam link, those are $130 from Elgato. But on Amazon, there's like some $20 or $30 like equivalents that you could try, and a lot of people are having success with those. So look up the cam link. That's question one. The second is, can I start streaming on my laptop? Because I saw like 99% of the streamers have PC, not laptop. You can do it on a laptop, but you have to be careful of overheating because it is a lot of processing power, and the graphic card probably won't be able to handle the encoding, the transmission, and the gameplay at the same time. So you're probably going to struggle on a laptop. Plus, you only have one monitor unless you have an external one too. So while you can do it, you will be limited in what games you can play. All right, hopefully that answers your questions, my friend. Here we go. See, I go back, dude. I read everything, man. I literally read everything. You just say, hey, man, go back up. December 17th until I can play Goose Goose Duck. It comes on PS4. That's a long time, dude. It'll be on mobile before it gets onto those. I'm too invested in you. No, I'm here with you. That's good. I'm so glad you are. That's what I'm saying. I ended my stream for you. That's why I meant, but I can chime in. I can chime in on Discord if you would. Oh, if you would like, if you guys want to talk in the Discord, we can do that too. If you're in my Discord, we can just jump into a room, or I can go to your Discord and jump in a room. Let's go to the stage. We'll use the stage. How about that? Live talk. Show request. All right, I'm live in the Discord. If anybody wants to jump in, put your hand up and I'll get you in. We'll talk live. I just followed Nonfiction. Thank you. It's totally worth it. Delete the repeated one. No, you're good, man. Don't worry. Developers may show up in your chat when streaming the game. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a good one too. We'll put that in. Developers actively jump into streams. I think that's a good one too. That's really impressive. So we got Chrissy in here. I have an HP laptop with Ryzen 5 processor over the terabyte. Okay. I did. Thank you again for answering my questions. Yeah, no problem, man. Listen, if you guys have questions, just drop them in here, man. I will answer them to the best I can. Yeah, I mean, like Nebraska Dad, like, it's not bad. It'll get you into the game. But at the end of the day, you're not going to have a powerful enough computer. Like for instance, when you get to a certain point, you need more horsepower. Like I have two 2K monitors and I have one 4K monitor. I have an AMD 3900X processor. I have 64 gigs of RAM. I have a 1080 Ti GPU. Like I have a lot of things going on. All right. Wait. I'm a speaker. Yeah. All right. So all right. Now I'm speaking in the Discord. You guys can hear me. Plus, developers actually appreciate streamers and our worth. Yeah, I would agree. I just don't know how to quantify that. I don't want to just arbitrarily say that. Hopefully, that'll come off by saying what we have here. If not, I'll try to dive into that because I don't know how to capture that. We are here. I'm just gonna put we are appreciated by developers. We're just throwing stuff to the wall, so that's fine. Hold on. I'll get you guys Discord link. It might have a global cooldown. Hold on 1 second. Discord. There's your link. And then I'm in the live talk. And so if anybody wants to talk, just put your hand up and then I'll bring you on. But I'm going to have to turn the music off, okay? I'm going to turn the music off so I can hear you talk. Yo, what's up, Best Dragon? Good to see you, man. How are you? How are you? All right, non-fiction. Dang, where am I jumping in? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to bring you in. Invite people. Non-fic. And then, hold on. Sent. And then if you want to, you're welcome to join, Shorty. I'm just going to send you the invite just in case. No need. Start the stage. Okay. Streaming. And then, oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, my brother's here. Okay, hold on. Start the stage. Wow, it's actually public now. It's literally public now. It's the first time I've ever done this. Okay, so I'll let me see. Show requests. Autism Dad, let's go. Let me pause the music. What's going on, dude? Oh, he's got to accept it. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn up the volume so you guys can hear everybody, and we'll do the stage now. Okay, you just got to go to the top of the Discord, and there's a green banner that says accept, and then you can join in and talk if you choose to. Putting me on the spot? No, you don't have to be. It's just a casual invite. No worries. Good morning or day for everyone. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, brah? Yo, Small Giant. Good to see you, man. Doing good. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Where's Big D? He's sitting at the door looking at airplanes. Birdies. Chrissy wanting to talk. All right, here we go. Invite sent. Hi, Chrissy. Good morning. Hello. What's going on?
Not much.
All right. Hold on. I hold on 1 second. Let me put in the headphones for this because otherwise I'm going to have trouble, I think, hearing because my speakers are down too low. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure.
Is very possible.
Okay. Oh, hold on. my headphones will accidentally turn on. Hold on. There. Okay. Actually, I'm going to just close that out. And let me just change my Discord settings. Hold on. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Output device. Let's go. Where are you? Where are you? Right there. Okay. Chrissy, can you hear me? Beautiful. You're in here. We're good. Nonfiction is in here, it looks like. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn up your volume. All right. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. That would be so amazing. Hey, but hold on 1 second because I need to get this audio going through OBS. How the hell do you do this? Oh, nice. Okay, all right. Just give me 1 second. And just so everybody knows, I know that you can't hear them. I need to reroute the audio through through the computer. So just give me 1 second, okay? This one, Discord audio device. Let's try to get the capture of my headphones. Chrissy, you can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you and Jack.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Everybody should be able to hear the
Uh,
Discord. Is that true in the audience, please? Just add an audio input link. Yeah, I just did. Good? Everybody's good?
it's it sounds like they can hear us.
All right, awesome. All right, we're live now. We're good.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so anyway, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm live with Chrissy and I'm live with Nonfiction. And of course, if anybody else wants to join, you can raise your hand and we'll talk about whatever we want. So, oh, okay, where do we start? What do you guys think? Yeah.
Well, we can start with your notes so far.
Okay, yeah. So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
What's the best way to sell this to somebody that's hooked on Among Us that we need to transport over to Goose Goose Duck?
One word. Farts.
Ooh, I didn't even
kidding.
think about farts.
No, a lot of people actually
Nice.
do say that sarcastically in the game. They're like, or people comment on my stream, they'll be like, "So is this just rip off Among Us?" And I'm like, "It's like a derpy, more refined, modded Among Us." Because it's
Yeah, I
derpier.
get
Where
a
Among Us, I feel like it's a lot more serious and like a little like the darker like sleuthy imposters. Where the ducks, it's not like sleuthy and like the stupid peering eyes that are like facing the other directions. You know,
yeah.
like
No, I
it just
agree
like
with
adds
all of
level
that.
of derpiness to it. You know.
You know what my favorite thing to do in this game is? This is gonna be okay. Just all right. I'm gonna give away the bag a little bit. All right. I absolutely love joining like one of you guys' games where like nobody has been exposed to me, nobody knows who I am, and then like you start the game and I start running around just like interrogating people in the hallways and start complimenting them. They're like, "What is this? Who's this guy?" I love harassing people that do not know me in the game because some of my best content comes from that.
Yeah. Um, Remu Snow wrote on your chat. My laptop is an Nvidia
Oh yeah, yeah,
1060.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
I'll,
wanted
I
some input from us about that.
Okay, well listen, I'll make my answer and then you guys if you guys want to like tell him your thoughts from your side of content creation because my setup is different than other people's. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong in this. But that laptop is still going to have a huge issue for the same reasons I already said. It's just simply not enough power. A 1650 Ti will get you a little bit of the ways, but it's really not going to take you. The heat is what it brings down a mobile device. Same with your phone, same with your computer. Heat dissipation is a problem when it comes to computing. It will get you halfway, but it will not take you to the big leagues for sure. If you have a Nikon DSLR, I don't think Nikon. Well, no, if you have a cam link, it doesn't matter. Yeah, a Nikon DSLR will be awesome as long as it has a clean HDMI output. So you need to look that up. If your Nikon camera can give you a clean HDMI output, you can use it. I personally use a Sony. Canons are probably the preferred one. I don't know enough about Nikon. But yeah, so I would say go do your homework on that and see if you can answer that. What do you guys think about these setups?
Well, his setup, it would be good for like short streams and everything because like you said, you don't want your laptop to overheat or anything of the such. And when I stream on my phone, I use the Wi-Fi in the house. So that's another thing you have to think of too with your internet speeds and all that. Because when I stream from my phone, like to everybody, my bit rates drop. That's why I know I need to get an actual cam to actually stream the way I really want to with my
Yeah.
PC setup.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, the other thing is when you use your phone, um, your internet connection is based on Wi-Fi, and because it has so much latency and drops, your stream is going to be choppy most of the time. So like even I have to use an Ethernet cable, and
Hmm.
you know, but I would say this. if those are the tools that you have, Romero, right? If those are the tools, go do YouTube instead. Because if you can't do a 4 or 5 hour stream on the hardware that you have, nobody's going to have time to find your stream, engage with you, follow you, and wait for you to come back. So go make YouTube videos, and then when you have better hardware, come to streaming. That would be my I know most people would say like, well, just do streaming. It's like, don't worry about what other people think. No, you should definitely worry about what other people think. It goes with first impressions. You get one chance to make a good impression. One. And if you blow it on some crappy hardware, you're screwed. What's up, Nonfic?
Okay, I don't have much to say about Techie because my husband does all of it for me because he knows
Yeah.
so much about it. But I do have one thing to say that I just said in my chat to someone. Like when we're playing Goose Goose Duck, like someone jumps in and then like they say hello for the first time, and you can just hear like I kind of like jokingly like flirt with them, and I'm like,
Hey,
ooh, look at that
Shorty,
rich
you're
voice, because you can
100% right
hear
on
like
that.
their mic quality and that they've like tuned their settings perfectly to their voice. And I'm
Yep.
like, I want them in my games more often. Are they must be like I even think like they must be a streamer because I can tell that they like know what they're doing with their mic, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I get that a lot when I jump into like random lobbies. They're like, whoa, who are you? Because I do have my audio dialed in way more than some kid with a headset. You know,
So I don't
and
know
then
what
plus,
my husband does, but it does like I do notice it, like as even just a viewer or another person in the game with people, I can hear
yeah.
the difference, even though I don't know what the difference is.
And then the other side of that is knowing how to speak, you know, like your pauses, the way you communicate, like a lot of times I'll sound like a radio show host, you know, depending on like what the situation is. Like, hey kids, bring it on in. Let's have Uncle on Jack's show, you know, and then people are like, whoa, that's not normal, you know, but like you can tell somebody that's been on the mic for a long time based on like that too. So yeah,
Yeah,
That
like
is
it's one
after
thing.
watching your first stream, I'm like, you're a podcaster, you can tell and stuff like that.
I
it's
love
true.
podcasting. Literally, podcasting is my favorite thing. And I always tell people this. I want to be the cheap knockoff Joe Rogan. Like, if I could be a world-class podcaster, I'd be so happy. Literally, that's all I want. I want to be able to come in here to my studio for 3 to 5 hours a day and just talk like this. This is what I love. I think that's
Because
why I
it
like
really
playing Goose Goose
suits you.
Duck.
That's why.
Yeah. I think that's actually why I like playing Goose Goose Duck, because I can literally talk. And when I play Among Us, I can't do that. I literally can't do that. And I don't feel like managing mods, so, you know, there's that too.
And that's another thing I like about the proximity chat is like I don't have to worry as much about muting and non-muting. Like some lobbies in Among Us, we would like have to deafen and stuff, and I don't like having to deafen like when
No,
you're
that
live so the dead
sucks.
people can speak.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome. I didn't even know proximity chat was a thing until I started playing Goose Goose Duck, and I'm like, this is incredible! Oh my
I
gosh!
yeah, well
Yeah.
I've watched you know, Corpse Husband in that group do the proximity chat, and you can just see like the fun level goes up like 20 times. Like it's so huge.
That's like the biggest thing that I like if in the pros and cons aspect of
Hey,
Among Us
Romero, you're
versus
welcome,
this.
dude. No worries at all,
You
man.
know,
Happy to help.
Yeah.
You know, hey, nonfiction. Yesterday when I was in your channel, I think it was yesterday, right? I was in your channel and I asked you if you had a YouTube channel and all that. And you were
yeah.
like,
I
but
think
what
I
kind
don't
of
know if it was
content
yesterday or
would
the
I
day
make?
before. I'm like, I'm not a contact person. I'm a community person. I'm here
Yeah,
to
but
build communities. Just yesterday, we got 3 people to affiliate in my community, and it was really awesome.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
goodness.
fantastic.
And the
Congrats.
day before, we got 3 or 4 people to affiliate just in the GGD community.
But
Wow.
how do you bring more people into the category?
Hmm.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like when you have community moments, like
Well,
I mean, you can see my YouTube channel. Like
I
I
only I've
literally
only
take some
been
of my best wins and I put them up.
so I've only been streaming since like a month now, like
Yeah,
almost
which is
exactly a
very
month.
impressive. Very impressive.
And the people I found this game through. I think I'm Matthew came up on uh
Yep.
my recommended channels. I have no idea what this game was, but he looked like a fun character, so I was just watching him. And then I'm like, I want to try. Like they're like, yeah, it's free. Let's like you could try it. It looks fun. It's like
Hey,
Among
have a
Us,
good
but
one,
not.
Best Dragon. I'll
Um,
see you soon, dude.
and then I think that same stream you were in it, and then like you just randomly followed me, and I'm just like, these big streamers don't care about who I am, but you just randomly started following me, and I'm like, okay. And then I started like playing more and more with you and like other people and networking, I guess, and unintentionally, just because of the community that the GGD community's built and the like ability to create these relationships and stuff with people.
Yeah, I met Matthew last October, and we were playing Among Us together from time to time. I would raid him, and he'd raid me, and then H2K Titan came in at the beginning of May, and he was like, "Hey, Jack, I know Among Us is dying. I have a game that you probably would love, and it's called Goose Goose Duck." So I said, "You know what? I had a shitty Monday on Among Us. I think the max I could get was like 20 people, and it was just like it was awful. I think Mondays are just really bad for me in general. But so the next day on Tuesday, I played Goose Goose Duck. I had 106 people watching me. Literally, like it was like night and day. And then so that day, I reached out to Matthew because I had just had him on my podcast. So we did like a 3 hour podcast together, and I said, "Hey Matthew, I am playing Goose Goose Duck, and I know that you are also um, an Among Us streamer. You should come over." And he's been over there since. But he floats between Among Us and that because his audience is really like mobile, heavily mobile. But what Shorty just said, I love Matthew, but he's too friendly for me to collaborate with. Exactly. I mean, and that's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
same.
want to ruin his stream because I like to tell dirty jokes or I like to swear. But there's also one other issue with Matthew that I don't know how to truly address because me and him are really like he's probably the closest person I have to like where I'm at, but he's got almost 10,000 followers. He can staff, like Goose Goose Duck rooms without anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, and I can too to a certain degree, but I feel like he's already on the path to make his own path up, where I'm trying to look for like streamers that kind of want to like band together and like, like what I did with Shorty, like, "Hey, what games do you play?" She's like, "Age of Empires." Like, "Yo, let's do that on Thursday." Um, Yesterday I was just kind of like, I do want to play Don't Starve together. I just don't. I need to play it. I need to play it
It's
before I
really
do it
not
live.
scary.
I
It's
know.
stupid game. It's
It's
derpy.
it probably is, and it looks good. Like, don't get me wrong. I think I don't know. I was just late last night, just in my own head, just thinking like, what am I doing? He
What
was
am I
going to
doing?
raid
I'm
me.
an old bald
Yeah,
boomer playing video games for a living.
yeah. No, no. I mean, like, I enjoy playing video games.
I
I
know.
think today, like, I just woke up and I just kind of felt like I didn't want to play games. That I just wanted to
Yeah.
talk. I just wanted to have like that mental health day, I think, and
Yeah.
try to record a video after this, do a thumbnail, kind of like just keep the train going a little bit. So, do you guys ever have those days where you're just like, I mean, I know you've only been streaming for non-fic, for like a month, but I mean, eventually you're gonna have those days. How do you deal with it? I don't know. Maybe she hasn't had
She's
that
muted
Okay,
experience.
right
what?
now.
Sorry.
How do you
Grilled
deal
cheese
with?
mouth.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. How are you gonna deal with the days that you don't feel like gaming?
So the other day, so after my birthday, then all the
Shorty,
trolling,
that's a good move right there too,
I
by
was
the
like
way.
really discouraged and I was like reaching out to a lot of my other streamer friends I found in the GGD community. I'm like, should I stop streaming? Should I stop streaming GGD specifically? Um, and I saw Ambition was playing and he's just like, hey, all right, I was just gonna like go like chill in bed and do some self-care and I was watching his stream and I was like,
Yep.
what game are you playing? And he's like, it's this animal battle royale thing. It's fun and silly and stupid and fun. And so he's like, you wanna join? Let's play. Let's play. And so I ended up playing with him and like a couple other people from our community, and I ended up playing that and streaming that for like, I don't know. We played it like 6 to 8 hours, and I had like 2 viewers the whole time, and I didn't care at all. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was like self care to me. Me and Ambition were just hanging out and being
Yeah.
buddies. You know.
I like
Um,
Ambition. I
I
think
love
I think
Ambition.
he's
I call him my streamer big brother.
yeah. Like
He's one of my
I think
mods,
he's
and
good.
he'll protect me and help me out in so many ways.
Yeah.
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 You know what I like about Ambition too is the fact that he doesn't just stream, he makes music. Like he's
Yeah.
got other things that he's plugged into. And I think that's really important. I realize now how important it is to like have people that are on Instagram that are big, or big on
Yeah.
TikTok, or like just having Twitch as your one like egg is not enough these days. But like,
Hmm.
can I ask you nonfiction specifically?
Yes.
If I made a Discord specifically for content creators to collaborate, would that be something that you'd ever be interested in like being a part of?
Yeah. Especially if there's like formulated schedules and stuff, because I get really confused. Like just in this past couple like week. So on my birthday, I like blew up, like
Yeah.
before my
Yeah,
birthday. So that's been like what's exactly a week ago, I
yep.
guess. Before that, I just had friends. But after that, I have people like, you want to collab this day, you want to do this day, join me this day, and I lost track, and I think I missed a few of them, and like,
Yeah.
because I
I've
just lost track of it, and I would love like just like a little like
like I just
scheduling
want
them,
a
so I'll just like
spot where
enter
I
in
can go
somehow.
in. Yeah.
Be
I
like,
just want
jump
to go
in
and say,
here,
hey
jump in
guys, I'm
there.
playing Goose Goose Duck. Does anybody else want to collab with me?
Yeah, yeah,
So I think I am going to make that. And
that'd be awesome.
yeah, because I think we could do so much more together than we could on our own. I don't know, but
Yeah, definitely.
how do I convince other content creators to do that? I'm not sure yet, but I will make it, and I'm just gonna have a couple rooms. We're gonna keep it really basic, because seriously, if you look at my DMs on Discord, I probably have like 200 DMs. Like literally 10 people will DM me today just to say hi or something like that, and so I lose all these conversations.
Gosh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like 15 behind just from overnight, and I'm like not ready to read yet. It's still morning. I'm not ready to read. I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
ready to type.
exactly.
And I'm
So
I
like,
know the
oh, it's only
feeling.
gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
yeah,
And
I
I'm like,
mean,
I love all these people and I want to have this conversation, but there's so many.
I actually had to turn
Yeah.
off I had to turn off all my like DMs, like you can't DM me, on certain platforms because I just have them off. Like I can't read them.
Yeah.
Like people will try to
I've
have
started
conversations
telling,
with me on Instagram or like TikTok, and I'm like I just don't.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when I'm streaming now, I've gotten to the point where I just say, if you want to talk to me while I'm playing a game, like Goose Goose Duck, uh,
No, I don't want
just
to
you
make an
have to
all
whisper
account.
me,
I don't
like
want
you
to.
want the
I just
code or
won't answer them.
whatever,
That's all.
because I keep my codes pretty private for the most part now because of all
Which
the
is
trolling.
super smart. Let's get Shorty in here too.
Yeah.
Shorty!
Yeah, and so I keep it, and I try to own my own lobbies now because I know who my trolls are, and I can instantly boot them
Yeah.
without having to like whisper
Yo, what's up,
people and like
Noob, the
mute
pro, the
them
hacker, the
and try to
god?
be
What's
like,
up,
hey,
dude?
hey,
Good to see you, man.
can you kick this person, please? You know.
Yeah.
So if it's someone else's, I'll probably either whisper and mute them on my stream until I know that they're not being toxic towards me again, or I will just jump out of the lobby, you know.
Yo,
And like,
Tulips
okay,
is
well,
here.
this
What's
lobby I
going
can't do,
on?
apparently.
Good to
So,
see you.
yeah,
Which is
but now I'm
totally
getting to,
understandable.
yeah, and now I'm getting to the point where I actually can fill lobbies pretty easily.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of starting to really just own my own lobbies now.
Yeah.
And I
You
think
know,
that's
and it's,
I think that's really
and
important.
and I'm at like 320 hours of Goose, so I know like the perfect settings for the games that I play too.
Oh yeah.
And so that's been really awesome.
Oh man. Yeah. When
Carbon9 just said hi to you. He's super interested in collabing too. He's asked me a lot about collabing and stuff. Just let you know.
Yeah, no. I will give everybody an opportunity to join the collabs server. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
have some kind of like, hey, you need to like meet these metrics to be here, because otherwise, you're gonna have
Yeah.
like one follower, Andy, saying, "Hey, non-fic, you want to collab with me on a 24-hour stream?" And you'll be like, "No."
I don't know about that. Like, I
Can you
might
guys
raid
hear
you when
me
I have
okay?
like a slow day.
Yeah, I can hear you. Shorty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. But for sure, like I want to bring like a group, a community that, you know, there's at least 16 of us that we can just jump in and play Goose Goose Duck, or we can go and play Rust, or we can go play something together, you know, whether it's just like
Yeah.
a panel like this where we just talk. Oh my God, this is so much fun. I had no idea that we
Yeah.
were going to do this today.
Just like spur of the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like basically podcast about streaming and GGD and trolls and crap.
Yeah. Did we,
Yeah.
hey, did we solve the whole troll thing, by the way?
I think with that one person, but there's a couple other things
Is
Yeah,
going
I'm
Bonzi
still
okay?
I'm still
Yeah.
kind of working on it on my end.
And I still don't think everyone like knows like this is clearly a troll's work and still kind of like has a chip on their shoulder towards me because of like the words they put in my mouth, basically.
Yeah.
So I still like feel like tension in some of the lobbies I join with people who have been really great friends and streamer friends and stuff. But I feel like there's a little bit of weariness, and especially like I understand, like they don't want to bring that drama into there, so I will step out if they want me to. Like I know they know it's not me, but I know they also don't want to bring what's attached to me into their lobby, and I understand that and I respect it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you know, that's another thing about having like a strong like streamer community. You don't let these trolls divide you so easy, right? If you had like 10
Yeah.
streamers and they're all like, yeah, just so you guys know, it's fake, obviously. You know, that's 10 voices instead of one saying, it's not me, you know, so another
Yeah.
perk.
Yeah.
Like you
And if you like
trolls
look at the pictures, you can see they're clearly
Yo,
edited, the
Tulums,
spacing's
that's
off.
freaking awesome.
It's like
Seriously.
broken English. Like
miss you too, by the way.
I'm pretty
Glad
good
to
at
hear.
speaking in English sometimes, okay? Especially when I'm typing.
I'm talking to nonfiction,
I don't know.
Shorty Games, Chrissy, and we're on the stage.
Yeah,
in the
I'm still
Discord,
kind of
just so
working on it
everyone
on
knows.
my end. I've actually
Like, we are
picked up a
live
couple
on
trolls
the
since
stage
I've
in
gotten that
Discord.
toxic person out of my community.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of
Yeah.
the biggest things. Getting toxic people out of your community without feeling bad. Like it only happens a few times before you're like, no, you don't belong here. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's why I was so forward with you, Shorty. And you were like, what do I do? I said, ban and move on.
The banning's what led to it for me. Because
Well,
we banned them because they were
Yeah,
being like a little
exactly.
clingy, a little needy.
yeah.
So, and it was on my birthday. My husband's like, "Yeah, out of here. She doesn't need this right now. It's her birthday."
Exactly.
And
Yep,
then since
exactly.
that, he like backlashed and like created all these screenshots and chat bubbles and stuff like that. Because he was just butthurt that he was banned, and so that actually
Also,
happened because he was banned.
Exactly. That's
not-
what I'm going
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah.
ladies, also another tool in your toolbox. Never be afraid to do the same thing to that person. So if that person did that to
I
me
don't have that time.
in here, in 10 minutes I could do it. I'll just create some screenshots and I'll start putting their name on it, and I'll start putting it out there on my channel, blasting that in front of, you know, hundreds of people, and then they can
Yeah.
deal with it on their own, you know. I'll
Yeah.
create a fake account and create some drama for them, see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spiteful.
You got to be petty sometimes. You got to be petty.
Oh, I could be
Amen
super
to that.
petty. Yeah. Hey, can you guys can you guys run with a topic while I go get some tea real quick? My throat is like super
I knew
dry.
when you said, "Hey, can you guys?" I'm like, he's gonna go get some more tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let him
I
do
knew
his
it.
tea thing, and us girls,
Yeah.
we got this.
I'll listen through
talk
my,
about the
my
girl-
headphones, but I'm gonna mute
We'll talk
myself.
about
I'm
the
gonna go
girl
get some
side
tea.
of trolling.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, actually, can you
Yeah,
explain to the
yeah.
audience how you guys go through this? Because from a man's point of view, it's so different.
Yeah. Who wants the mic?
Hey, I've been working hard at Dairy Queen since
One
oh,
of you
that's so
two
good.
ladies can go
Doing
for it
good
because
things.
I'm
And
only a
Tulips,
Okay.
little
keep it
itty
rocking.
bitty
I'm
streamer
gonna go get some tea real
that
quick.
Me
Hold on.
just
too.
started with Goose Goose Duck, just trying to make it work, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I can start because I think it started with me and this
Yeah,
person
exactly. It started with you,
and
so
it
you could take it.
piggybacked off of me. So I've been streaming about a month now, and then so last Tuesday was my birthday. I did a big birthday stream, got a ton of support, a ton of love. It was an amazing day. And then just at the end of the day, so my husband's my mod, and he just like banned someone. And I didn't even see like him ban him. I was just like saw the notification like someone's banned. I'm like, oh, why'd you do that? And he's like, because they're just like needing attention and being very needy and try and like they like kept like spamming my hydrate and everything and think it was like so funny and like I was kind of joking around about it first and then I was like rolling my eyes about it after that and I'm like haha yeah funny and he like my husband even like put like the points way up for hydrate and like some of the other things that were spammed of my channel point redeems and so then after like he just started getting all needy and talking about like all his issues in my chat and like I had a ton of viewers and stuff and followers and like my husband's like you
Yeah.
don't need this like you don't need this negativity like it's your birthday it's a day to celebrate it's a day to have fun um
It's a
and then
day to be
also
positive.
yeah and then all of a sudden like I started getting messages he started getting messages this person started jumping in the game just to like try to talk to me and then and like my games just to try to talk to me and then all of a sudden like uh we finally got away from him and I was just like okay this is trolls I cried a little got over it whatever and then after that the next day I was streaming again and I was still a little discouraged but I'm like okay like I have a lot of friends in this community like I can get over this um and then I was playing the game and we were having like a really great lobby a really great time and then all of a sudden out of nowhere the atmosphere just like changed like a snap like just in an instant the atmosphere in the room changed and then half the lobby left half of my viewers left and then I guess this person had screenshotted like really mean things saying I'm talking bad about this other streamer and like thinking we should always kill them off first and blah 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 and then they said like I was sending death threats to them to like kill his unborn baby and then they also started like slut shaming other of us female streamers in our community in my name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like I think the incident happened. One of the streamers that was blasted in my name had pulled it up on her stream and shown like everyone started crying and like blasting my name. And I was watching I was watching the like stream on someone
Yo, it's
else's
all right, dude.
stream.
Yeah.
And then
Thank you. Thanks to
I
minimum
heard
wage
them
getting
just
increased.
like say something. I'm like, wait,
That. Yo,
are they
Scrappy
are
Mama,
they
what's up?
talking
Good to
about
see you.
me? Because I felt the atmosphere change, so I stopped
Yo,
playing.
Dex, good to
I
see
didn't
you
know
too.
anything yet. And like I heard
I
them
have a
reference
larger
something that could have
Aristo, and
been
I'll
they
get
were
an
talking
iPhone
about
Pro.
me.
Look at you,
Yeah.
ballin'.
So I'm like, wait, are they talking about me? And then I kind
Very
of
nice.
had a really bad
Okay.
anxiety panic attack.
Over
And then the
70.
next day I saw all the
Oh
screenshots,
shit.
saw
Okay,
that she
okay.
blasted me on her stream
Troll.
and
Yeah,
was
we gotta
talking
get these
bad
trolls
about
out of
me
here,
and like
man.
crying. And
Thank you,
I
man.
felt terrible because my heart goes out to her and I didn't want her to
Yeah.
have anyone saying that crap about her,
Okay.
especially not in my name. And because I care about her so freaking much. And
That's
I'm just
actually really
like,
good. Yo, Bacon Bits, what's up, dude?
I mean, but I
Tulips,
had
I'm
a lot
glad
of
to know
backlash.
that.
I
That's
think
actually
mostly
really good.
because
Make a troll emote. Yes.
she acknowledged it on
Yes.
her stream.
We need a
And
troll.
she
We
hasn't
need a
talked to
troll
me at
emote.
all about it in DMs and whispers after trying to clear the air. And that's been the
All right,
hardest
I'll let
part
her
is
talk
trying
so
to
we can hear you,
reestablish
okay?
that specific
But I am reading,
relationship
just so
because
you
I
guys
feel
know,
like
I
they
am
still
reading.
don't. No, fully it wasn't anything to do with me or my personality, you
Yeah.
know. And that's what started it all for me. And I've had other instances now since then, but that's where it started. So what happened after that? To what snowballed out of that, Shorty?
Well, so now that I hear you tell your whole story, it actually seems like what what it started in yours is what started exactly in mine too. I just I didn't get rid of it right away because my stream kind of thrives on busting my balls. So like I kind of let my community bust my balls a little bit. So like the hydrate spamming and stuff like that, just kind of all a part of it. So I didn't really think much
Yeah.
about it.
I mean,
Um
it was That was funny, and I rolled my eyes at it first, but then it turned into like a whole thing.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like a joke on my channel. Like I have a pretty thick skin. They bust
Mhm.
my butt. You know what I mean? It's all in good
Yeah.
fun. So, but I noticed it getting worse more in the game lobbies when it started to affect my content because that's
Yeah.
when they're chasing me around the game. We're in a lobby. They're trying to constantly get my
Yo,
attention when other streamers
Chimera,
are doing
thank you so much for the
bits.
follow, man.
It's ruining their
What's happening,
content.
dude? We're listening to
And
the
I'm
girls.
like,
Yeah.
They're
all
talking
right,
about a
how am I
troll,
gonna address
episode that
this
happened recently,
in
and they're
a
trying to
way? Because I
explain
mean,
what happened.
realistically, it was very active in my community, and I didn't really
Yeah,
mind it
there's
so
a
much
fine line
in
between joking and
my
harassing, for
chat.
sure.
So I reached out to
these
the
ladies
person.
that
I
are
was like,
talking
look, you
right
gotta
now
calm down.
just experienced some really
Like,
bad
you're
trolling.
getting out of hand.
Rose, thank you
It's
so much for the
affecting
follow
other
as well.
people. You gotta calm down. And then once I did that, it actually got worse. And that's when I was like, all right, I think we got to do something about this. So I had I'm like, mods, keep a lookout for it, do what you got to do, this and that. And then I was also live on stream when I got the screenshot, since
I
my
banned
name was
too.
one of the
I
names
don't play
on
anymore.
those messages that went out in your name. And I was already having a day. Like, I hide it pretty good, but I was already having a day that day.
Yo,
And then I
what's
got
up,
sent these
Mason?
screenshots, and I'm like, what is this crap? Like, what am
That's
I
right,
like?
shut 'em
What
down.
is happening? I don't even know this person. What like? And like,
Chrissy's
and I
just
did,
listening.
and I got aggravated, and I'm so glad that I never
Thank you
said
for the
any
support,
names
guys.
or anything
Appreciate it.
like that to hurt you. But I did regret what happened on my stream also. And I took it down immediately after, and I apologized for that too. But that's why I immediately reached out to you after and like, hey, look, this is what I got. You need to know what's happening. I don't know if you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I know you and Blondie both reached out to me after to try to clear the air, but everyone else mentioned didn't. And I mean, that's okay, but I would like the air to be clear because I feel like we should all stick together as female streamers. But I mean, I'm smaller and they're all pretty big, so they don't really need to waste their time on me, I
Yeah,
guess.
but
But
nonfiction, you are literally kicking their ass right now. Like, they might not see it coming, but you were literally, I think I know who's you're talking about, but you were literally going to double them in about a month or two from now. So listen, those those individuals that have not reached back to you, be like, hey, I just want to be sure, is this you or somebody else? Those will never find the community and will never grow like you will. So just remember
Yeah.
that, you know.
yeah, because I've been trying to clear the air with everyone who's been involved. Only about half the
I-
people involved want to clear the air. It seems
I
like,
literally
you know?
messaged one that was involved, and the response I got back was a meme.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I was so upset
Wow.
that they did it while I was on stream, because I didn't have the tools at my dispense right that second, because I was in the middle of playing a game. I'm in the middle of streaming to really look at the situation, sleep on it, and see what was going on. And then after like the night went by and I slept on it and I woke up, I'm like, well, of course I didn't, because that was what they were trying to do. They wanted that instant reaction out of me.
Yeah.
Like, that was the point of them doing it when they did. So, like I said, I reached right out to Unjack because he was kind of like, you know, he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He's a third party that wasn't really involved. He can look at this like democratically
Yeah.
and
I mean,
figure
I
out
got
like how to
advice.
handle it.
Yeah, I got advice from a lot of different streamers. Like, I asked for advice and stuff, and everyone helped and supported that like cares about me. But On Jack was really the one that just like, let's get down to business. This is how you counteract it. This is how you fight it. This is what you do. Don't let the trolls win, and don't stop streaming and all that. Like, so I call him my streamer cool uncle now. My cool
Yeah,
streamer.
and it took me a couple days to try to really pinpoint, because I didn't want to make another accusation either that it was definitely coming from that person who was toxic, because they had told me that,
No,
you
I
know,
didn't
it was
create
sent from,
Jackbox.
like, they got it from someone else and this and that. And I'm like, well, you
Personality
know
does
what? I
matter,
don't want to
you're
make
right.
the same mistake. I don't want to jump to a conclusion. But then after like a couple of days and how like the attention started to get worse and the DMs started to get worse, I'm like, look, this person's just trying to keep me
That's
like
actually
away
awesome,
from other streamers.
Chimera. Like
Like this
seriously,
their way of
Kind of doing
I
our
take
name
I
and
take no
stuff.
yeah,
bullshit
like
from these
trying to
guys.
separate
I used
me
to, but not
from
anymore.
them, like to have me
Hold
to
on.
themselves or whatever. Like I don't know how that sounds, but like I'm like, and I
They're
can't.
trying to tarnish
They
our image and our name.
yeah. So I'm like, this
Because my
person
whole
has to
image,
go.
my whole image and my
Dorian
whole thing
Dorian
is I
wants to be
love
up in the
people
window.
and I
I was
love
saying hi to my
community.
brother a
Like
minute
I know
ago.
that at first on Jacked was telling me like, roll with it, drama's good, and I'm like, I don't want to be known for drama. I don't want to be known for
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't take that
starting shit
advice
up.
then.
I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
want to
I
be
mean,
known for that.
this
I
is a
told you
separate
that
kind of
even. You're
drama,
like,
though.
roll with it a bit. I know it's like a guy streamer, especially, like it's probably a lot easier and better content for rolling with that drama. But it's like when people are saying like death threats in my name, that's I can't like
Yeah, that's a
that
line
hurts
that
me.
you
Like
can't cross.
that
You
cuts to that cuts to the core in me because I love to love people and the fact that anyone thinks like I would ever talk bad about them in public, you know. Like I said,
Yeah.
when you
I've been trying to reach out to these people privately, but they're like shaming me or like backlashing me on their streams. Like that's I don't think that's I think that's foul
yeah,
play,
no,
you know. I don't think that's like cool. Like right now, we have not said like any names. We're talking about the situation as a whole. We're not backlashing anyone, you know. And I think
yeah,
it's
well
just
when
because
you
we're talking about the
first told
situation
me,
and discussing it.
yeah, I didn't realize how bad the situation was when you first reached out to me on it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, drama's bad. Because I should explain that just so everybody's aware, right? Like a certain degree of drama is good because it's just like any TV show, right? A drama TV show, like whether it's like, Law and Order, SUV or SVU or something, right? SUV. You're creating some kind of like, I need to tune in tomorrow to see where this goes kind of thing, right? Because if you just do the same thing every single day, like people already know that it's the same thing, right? But if you have like some layer of drama, and that drama could be positive or negative, but certainly once you do get to the degree like what these ladies were facing with somebody impostoring them with death threats and everything else, you can't have that's not drama. That's I think at some point that's illegal.
It's like
May
harassment
I interrupt
of
here
so
for a
many
second?
ways.
Sure.
Just a question for you ladies. I've been watching a lot of streams out there on Facebook along with Twitch.
Actually, I'm gonna go pee while he
And
talks.
you ladies
I'll be
are
right back.
awesome gamers, but I have noticed that your appearance is kind of negative. Have you noticed that as well?
What do you mean by that? Can you be more specific
Wait,
on what you're
I'll take
saying?
this one. I'll take this one.
Okay.
So I think with the drama itself, the reason that hit me so hard is because I very actively try to portray myself in a certain way while I'm on stream. I don't want to be seen as like an e-girl. I don't want to be seen as someone who's on stream with their boobs out trying to get guys to send them money. I want to be taken seriously as a content creator. Maybe not so much of a gamer because I suck at games, but so when I got those comments, I was like, are you kidding me? Like I choose what I wear on stream very carefully because I don't want to be seen as that. And I do think that it negatively affects people who aren't, and it does welcome a lot of trolls.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that answer.
You say your piece.
And I do notice a lot of ladies out
I
there
agree with that.
are being very
Mary, I'm gonna type
subconscious
what I
about
play, okay?
themselves on what they're wearing and don't want themselves too exposed on screen and do want to show their content like you ladies do, and I much appreciate it.
Now, I
And I
mean,
think
with that being
I
said,
think
though, the ones that do, I have no hate on them whatsoever, though. Like if that's what you're about, feel free. It's just not what I'm about, and
I'm
I
not
just
here to
don't want
victim
those
blame.
people.
Yo,
But
Bacon
people
Bits,
got to
thank you so
make
much for the
money,
follow,
and if
man.
that's what you choose to do, I fully support them too. I
like
would never bring down another person because of how they choose to present themselves. If they're comfortable doing that and that's what they want to do, more power to them.
I
yeah,
definitely
and like
agree on
they
that one.
have those people probably have way thicker skin than like I do because they have to deal with so much more trolling, so much more stalkery, so much more simps. And like if they're prepared to handle that, like go for it, you know. I'm
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
I have
They're
social
stronger than
anxiety.
I am.
I don't
That's
have
why.
that. I don't have that strength.
Which one?
Yeah.
Believe you me, even when I do like just chatting streams, all you see is I'm usually in my pajamas
Right now,
still,
Gibbs, there was a
like
troll in the
from
community that was
like
trolling the
about
female
my
streamers in
shoulders
Goose
on
Goose Duck,
up,
and they're
because
talking about
that
their
is
experience
pretty
and how
much
they
what
dealt with
I
that.
feel most
This person
comfortable with
impersonated one
showing,
of
you
them
know,
and started sending death threats to the other
because
ones.
I have my
And so
own
I'm going to
issues
give
with
you all
my
the
own
links in just one
body.
second, okay?
Like just a couple of weeks ago, when I was getting myself ready to go to bed and everything, I seen on my stomach that I had stretch marks, and I had the biggest mental breakdown that I've ever had because of that. So that's why I try to keep myself
Excuse me.
as covered as possible.
And I
Especially
understand that.
when I
There's definitely a
stream.
lot of, self-consciousness going on, I'm sure. And listen, I always say on my podcast, like, I'm sex positive. I have no issues with hot tub streams. I have no issue with prostitution. I have no issue with a lot of the stuff. But how you present yourself is how you're perceived. And the number one rule in life is perception is literally everything.
Yeah.
So-
You
Yeah,
prepare for
I'm
it
not
if you
gonna
want.
say
If
that
you know
I
what you're
don't.
doing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nan.
I was gonna say if you know what you're doing, yeah, you have to be prepared for the perception you're trying to give off, and you have to be prepared and have the thick skin to counteract the negative half of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it's,
not gonna say I don't like get up, do my hair, put on makeup, and try to pick out a nice outfit before I go on stream, because
Mhm.
I look at it as this is my job, and if I had a uniform to go to work, I'd have to put that on too. So I mean, I do put in effort to how I look before I go on to stream,
Yeah.
but but to me, it's no different than if I worked in a customer service job. I'm not gonna show up to work with my hair up, looking like a slob, doing whatever.
Exactly.
It's hard for me to knock the women that come out and do like hot tub streams when you start hearing that they made $170,000 last month. I get it. I understand it. Personally, I dress. I have. I think about my clothes as another extension of how I promote. So like today, I'm wearing Fields of Hemp T-shirt. I'm promoting a business in Oregon that grows CBD hemp for sale. I usually wear my own merch on stream, but from somebody else's perspective, they may not have merch. They may not have that kind of stuff. I think we all get to the end destination differently. Some people are okay with showing their bodies. Some are not. And, I wish I could pull off a hot tub stream. Trust me, tulips.
That's right. Yeah, good for them. If they have the mental energy to be able to deal with the things that come with that, good for them, because they're killing it.
Yeah, I if that's what gets them there, at Amaranth, I mean, she's crushing it. Literally, she's making like $1 million a year being in a hot tub. Like, if you had the body, if you had the confidence, would you not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I understand some people's like drive to be that, but I know that that's not what you guys are doing, you ladies.
I mean, I might do it just so I can get a hot tub. Hot tub
Oh,
sounds
I like
nicer.
that. It's a tax write-off right there. You're like, what do you
Oh,
mean? I bought
wow.
it for the stream. I'm good.
Oh, I made enough to get the hot tub. We're done. Thanks for the hot tub,
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah, see, like I
Yep.
usually do shirts that show off like my personality, so then that way, before like someone even hears me talk, like from my picture, they can see like, oh, I'm into that too. Like, so I wear like a lot of band shirts or TV shirts and things like that because I feel like it gives them a little bit of my personality without even having to hear words come out of my mouth.
I think that's awesome. Yeah, that's like that's your bulletin board, right?
Yeah,
Me-
exactly. They don't even have to click on that stream and they know at least like a little snippet about me.
Yeah, you just drop and follow.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
With
And I do
me,
too.
I'm just
Goose
I'm
Duck
like
in a
the
hot
normal
tub, dude. That'd be
poster
amazing.
girl, you could say.
Literally amazing.
I wear basic stuff like you could get from Walmart and everything of the such. That's me.
Got nudes. I love that too.
Sorry to
I noticed
interrupt again here, guys.
No, go ahead, dude. Please.
No, go ahead.
Do you guys sometimes when you're getting ready to do a stream and you sit there, you get ready to push the button, and you go, I really don't want to do this today, but you put on a brave face and just go for it, and it turns out to be the best stream ever.
Well, there
Are you
are
guys saying,
days.
do we ever?
I know it's happened for me a few times. I don't know about Shorty and Non-Fic, but I know for me it's happened quite a few times.
Yeah, I've had it happen, and I've had it happen the other way too. There's been some days where I woke up and I'm like, today's gonna be the day. I'm gonna have like 50 viewers today. It's gonna be the day. That's kind of how my day went yesterday, and then I was like cruising at like 5 all day, and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I got some good content. I'll make something out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we all
I
have those
like
days.
I'm like the opposite since I don't have a schedule yet. I mean, when you have a schedule, I think that's where that comes in more. But I don't have a schedule yet because like I said, I've only been streaming a month, and it's been a big healing process after all my health issues and such. And so I haven't been able to make a schedule. But so I've had like kind of the opposite happen where I'm like starting streaming and it's like cheering me up. I'm loving my community and stuff. And then something happens like that time when just all of a sudden half the lobby left, half the viewers left, and I had no idea what the heck happened. And I think that was one of the only times I didn't raid someone after a stream. I just turned it off because my brain was swirling. I didn't know what to do, and I'm just like freaking out and having a panic attack. And like I just like instantly shut it down. And like that's not like me. I love to support each other. Like I always want to end. And after I do a raid, I like to stick around for a few minutes and like see what they say, see what everyone else says, hype the person a bit and hype up their comments, you know. And like that's like one of the only times now that I have ended a stream without raiding someone. So it's like the opposite, I guess. Like I stream when I'm in a good mood, but if it's like something happens that's triggering, I just kind of shut down, like with bad trolls and stuff like that, like or panic attacks, you know.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's
Kind of the opposite.
Yeah,
I'm a
definitely
power
seen
through it
streamers
kind
do
of
that.
person. Like, I do have a pretty set schedule. Sometimes I'll pop in. If anything, I'm on when I say I wasn't gonna be more than I'm not on when I say I will be. Because I look at it as my job, and I have a schedule, and I show up for that schedule because people are depending on me to be there.
Yo,
And
hey, Vape Dex, you're right.
like
We are
I
in this
think it comes
together.
from working way too
Oh,
many
I have
years in
5
customer
kids,
service
so
on
my kids and
a
family come first too.
Yeah, follow them.
where what I
Yeah.
sell
Hold
depends
on,
on what
I'm
my
gonna
check
put
looks
this
like.
command together. Real
So-
quick.
Oh,
Hold-
yeah.
Hold on one second.
I have the ability to be able to put that face on no matter what, but I look at it different than I think a lot of streamers do. And some of my worst streams I look at as my best streams because for one, they're learning opportunities. Two, it forces me to make content even when the content is not in chat. When chat's not being active, I don't have a lot of people viewing, it forces me to have to keep talking, and it's only going to make me better at being able to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you're.
What's one of your guys' go-to games that you just love to play on or off stream? That, hey, I'm having the bad day. I'm going to turn this on and just forget about everything.
I think
Mine's
off
Path of Exile.
stream. I think off stream I like Jackbox. Yeah, Knockout City. Come on. Carbon 9.
With me, I think would be either going to Jackbox with like Tipsy Tune, or like if I'm feeling really in the mood, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to kick some Pokemon ass, literally.
Mine
just-
probably actually Don't Starve. I have it on every single device that I own, and I've been playing it since it came out, and I have way too many hours into it.
Oh, you mean that really scary and intimidating game, Don't Starve? What?
Yeah, because you know what? I
Oh,
did it a million
jeez,
times.
low
It wouldn't even
blow, low blow. I like it.
We were,
I
know
even
we're
have it
supposed
on
to play
mobile. There's so much money involved in that
What?
game, it's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
It's
No.
so intimidating. It's like such a try-hard game. Like you have to be so good at it to play.
Oh, I
Yo,
know. I
what's
mean,
up,
well,
Craig?
because
Good to
I'm
see
such
you.
an epic gamer, I'm good at it, but you know, I
I
can
know,
see where
I'm-
people would have a
I'm good
problem.
at all games.
I
yeah.
can't believe how much
Yeah, I don't
get
think
trash
I
talked
don't
right now.
think
So
I don't
sad
think
to
I'll
say.
Jack get to our level on Don't Starve. I think he'll die day one every time.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
buy
would
it.
die-
I'm
To
gonna
save
buy
him,
it,
we'll
and I'm
have to
gonna learn
carry
how to
him.
play it. Oh my
Die
god.
in day one. I've never played it. I would die in day one. I know this
I
for
die
a
in day
freaking
one.
I've
fact.
been
Chrissy.
playing it for
I
like
only
10 years. I still die on day one.
Under no
Oh,
circumstance will I ever die on day one. Mark my words.
I
That's
well,
about
I
to be a
actually have
TikTok.
I actually have died on day one. I'm not kidding. I actually have. And so
Yeah?
while I was playing with my husband, and I died like on day one, and then we had to restart, and then I died on like day two, and then we had to restart, and then I died on like day 10 once, and then he got all frustrated and like saved me, and then I died the next night again, and then he's like, "Are you kidding me? We're making progress."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I'm sorry, you're bad."
I tried doing Oxygen Not Included, which is made by the same developers, and
Love it.
man, I suck at it so bad.
shoot! When
It's-
I
it's
first
really fun.
You know,
when I
Oh,
first
go
started
ahead.
playing Path of Exile off stream,
yo, what's up, Scrappy Mama? Apex here,
like,
nice.
how the heck am I doing this with a keyboard?
That hurt.
I'm not used to this.
We're gonna be playing
I'm
a lot of
used to
games together.
using just strictly
Me
a
and
mouse
Shorty
or
are
give me
gonna
a
play
game controller.
Age of Empires on
Oh,
Thursday.
mouse and
together.
keyboard's so hard on that game because I started on PlayStation. It's so hard.
Oh my god, yes it is. I cannot. I haven't played it in like months. I played it for a
Mobile's
little
worse,
bit,
though.
and that was it.
Mobile is worse. It's real hard to get used to the mobile.
Oh
I
my
feel
god.
like-
Yeah.
If I feel like I want to like use my brain and like have
Blue
like a
Rose,
logic puzzle,
she
I'll
does
play
know who it
TFT
is, and if
usually.
you want to private message
Another
her,
one.
I'm sure she'll let you know. I agree with you fully.
Yeah, that's a good one.
man.
Mhm.
I want to find. Hey, have you ladies ever played Worms WMD?
Yeah, on
No?
PlayStation. It's fun.
Oh my god! I bought the whole setup on Steam, and I ended up liking WMD the most. I want to find like a group of streamers like I can take me and my audience versus like you and your audience and just have fun with it. You know, like
Oh
that
my
would be
God.
so good, man.
I don't know
So
what that
good.
is, but that sounds really cool. That
It's
description.
this casual game. You're
or
a
that
worm,
idea.
and you get like nukes, you get like machine guns, you get like airstrikes, and you're on a 2D map, and you just whoever is alive at the end wins. Winner takes
Yeah.
all.
I'm not that big yet to do that with. That's the only thing.
Hey, I actually have a good question right here in the chat. I know it's to me, but I would like to ask you guys too because I don't know who reaches out to you on the side. GibCC says, "Have you considered joining a Twitch team?" One, I have no idea how to find a Twitch team. I wouldn't know where to start with that, and I don't know what a Twitch team is. Have you guys had an experience?
On a Twitch team.
I think my husband.
I am on Chloe XO's Twitch team. She's a partner streamer. She had an opening for her viewers to join the Twitch team. And after applying and her checking out my channel and things like that, I actually got accepted into her team. So that's been a really awesome experience. I noticed a lot of growth from it as soon as it happened.
Okay, can I just ask a quick question now that you kind of like described what a Twitch team is? Is that basically what I was describing earlier when I was like, "Hey, I'm going to make a Discord and invite like certain streamers and stuff"?
So, I'm trying to figure out the best way. If you were to go to my channel and you look next to my name, it says like Team XO on it, and it's a clickable link, and it brings you to a list on Twitch of all the people who are on the team. So it kind of brings up its own board of like, here's the people on here's who's live. You can look at them, what they're streaming and stuff like right on it. So then they can kind of choose like what they want to watch. And it's been really good for raids because we do a lot of raids within our community because they're like, well, if you like me, we're all in a community together, you'll probably like them too. So in that sort of way, it doesn't really come off of the platform as much. It's more connected with the platform. But because Chloe is the person that she is. She's doing a lot with it. So like she's creating Twitter banners for us. We use the hashtag TeamXO a lot in our other social media posts. So it kind of just groups us together, and
This
it
is
gives
interesting.
people
I
a
didn't even know
chance
this
to say,
existed. Thanks, Gibbs.
"Oh, I like this person.
I had
If
no
they're on
idea.
a team together, I'll probably like that person too."
So I just looked it up. Only partners can create teams. I've never been invited to one. I didn't even know those existed. And wow, I feel completely out of the loop.
The other good thing with it too is that it actually kind of opens up sponsorships too, because if their companies that already are sponsoring them decide that they want to open up their platform more, they can choose to sponsor their team. So it could actually lead to sponsorships also.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know any of this stuff. Gibbs said that he was invited. He's in Team Streamforge. Wait, am I not good enough for bigger streamers to realize that I might add benefits to their team? Oh no. Is it me? Is it me? Is it what I'm wearing? Oh God. Now I'm self-conscious. I'm not good enough to be
Unity.
invited. I'm teasing. I'm just teasing.
No, I know. I was active in her community before she became a
That makes
partner,
sense.
so I think that has a lot to do with it too. I mean, she was still a bigger streamer, but she got partnered after I was part of her community, and yeah, I think that just has a lot to
It's
do
the
with it too. But
baldness.
I don't
Damn.
know, like if I would just join a team all willy-nilly. Like
No,
I
it would
think
take me
that
quite a bit to join a team.
yeah, I think that I just really vibe with her, and I vibe with a lot of people in her community, and we all kind of have the same goals and things like that. So it worked in my favor.
Yeah, I would only join a team if they were literally like me, Like here actually that's kind of not true. Well, I have never got an official invite, but you know what I get a lot? It's kind of funny because my profile says that I'm retired Air Force. I'm a veteran and all that. I get a lot of those invites. They want me to do like charity events for like military streams and stuff like that, and I always turn them down. But it's almost like that, except none of those guys are partnered. Yeah, we need a team of bald people.
Yeah, I think the thing that sold me on it is, I guess with the teams, you actually are not limited to the amount of people that you can have on your team. Like you can really just have as many as you want. And I like that she took the time to make an application. She didn't just pick people. She went through a process of checking out your channel, coming into your stream, watching you talk, making sure that, you were going to work. And it wasn't just like, oh, you send me bits, you could be on my team.
Jesus. That's wait, so how long have you been on there then? How long? Yeah, wait. You're the only one that's on a streaming team? Is that true? Nebraska, are you on one? I don't even know what you're wait. Nebraska, are you a streamer? Hold on, Jesus. There's so many things I gotta ask. But how long have you been doing Shorty? How long have you been on this team?
I think it's only been about 2 weeks now, maybe 3. She's only been partnered for a little over a month.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
But I did see a lot of growth from it directly after.
Well, I mean, that's good though. I mean, that's great. Actually, Vape Dex, he wrote something that's pretty interesting. And I actually want to ask you guys this. He says, did you know if you partnered with Monster Energy and used cannabis while promoting their product, they will drop you as a partner with Monster? I did not know this, but I would also say I would decline that partnership. And I know most people would be like, what? It's so much money. The answer is no. If it doesn't align with my moral values, I would not accept that partnership. Like, I'll tell you the truth. I only want to be sponsored by 420 companies. I want to be sponsored by seed banks. I want to be sponsored by farms, dispensaries. I want to be sponsored by the cannabis industry. So I would decline the Monster. Would you guys, are you that picky? This is my question to you guys. Are you that picky? And do you have your own metrics? Nobody? Silence, crickets. Absolute
I was trying to
crickets.
give other people a chance to jump in because I feel like I've been hogging mics.
Ah,
I
you're
don't know what
good.
that means. I'm just a baby.
Me, I would probably be a picky beaver in all this because, like, I am like unjacked. I smoke cannabis, but I smoke it for my own medical reasons. I've had, and I don't mind talking about this. I had cancerous tissues
Yeah,
in
if
my
I was Tim
body that
Tatman,
I had to
I'd be
have
like, nope,
surgically
I'm
removed,
not. I'm gonna promote
and
another
it
energy
was
drink. I would
it was on
literally
my
promote
girly
another
parts.
energy drink if they
And
did
I'm
that
trying
to
to
me.
keep this PG,
That was cool.
even
I'll
though
just
this
start
is
promoting
not
Red
a
Bull.
PG channel I'm on. But it was hard going through that because with it being on my cervix, the cancer being on there, then having just the bits and pieces taken off and everything. When they did the first biopsy, it was upgraded to CIN3, which is pretty bad. Then after the surgery and everything, during that time, I was smoking the whole time. And when they did the biopsy on what they removed from me, it got downgraded to CIN2, which was a heck of a lot better. And I haven't stopped smoking cannabis since. So there's that.
Well, I don't get wrapped up about the cannabis part. That was just my own, like, this is what I want. But like,
Yeah.
do you have demands of like a partnership if you ever got to that point?
I would still be picky though. I really would.
I didn't move
With
his monster
who I
first.
would
Why?
partner
Because of
with
that
and
reason.
everything because
Hey, that's fine with me,
like
dude.
you
I
said,
do the same thing. I would
I
literally,
also have my own
if a
beliefs
company
and
dropped
values as
me,
well.
the next day
And
I
I
would
am
promote
not
their
taking
competitors.
those and
Seriously, can change how
taking
others
those,
see
push
you.
them to the side
Yep,
for
they
just
can, but I
a
can
good
also change
partnership
how
that
people
would
see
pay
them.
me a heck ton of
Don't
money.
think I can't.
No,
I wield the power of the mic, and I have my
I'd
own
rather
community.
just be me
A
and
sponsor
do my
ain't
own thing.
shit when it comes to that. Sorry, I was soapboxing in my stream.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really had the opportunity. So, yeah. So I don't know if that first one came in. It'd be a hard sell for me not to just take it, but
Yeah.
I'd have to give it a second and really look at it. But I don't know so much if I would be as picky as that because there's certain things like again, like I said, I look at this as my job and I really try to keep my what I do outside of Twitch separate from what I do inside of Twitch. So as long as they weren't very active against something that I was for, I probably would still take it. But I wouldn't take something that was like a company that was against like certain values that I do have generally as a person, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would be as picky, but there is definitely some things I wouldn't take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-fix. What about you?
I'm working on a setting real quick.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead. No worries.
I don't know.
No
I don't have
worries.
it at the moment.
You're good.
I just firmly believe that my stream is mine. It's my sacred ground. If they want me to push their product, they need to embrace my personality. They are coming to me as, for a reason. So I do feel justified in saying, like I just said to my stream, literally, if a company was sponsoring me and dropped me because I was talking about cannabis or I don't know, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. They didn't like, the politics I was talking about or something like that. I would literally, at the day they dropped me, I would go and just, dump my brain. And the very next day I would be pushing their competitor's product. Literally.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Mine's not so much like what are their values, what aren't their values. As long as they don't want me to change anything about how I run my stream, I'm okay with it. Because it's like you saw what I did, you came to me. If there's something that you don't like, I'm not changing for you. Like obviously there was something that you liked about my stream. If you didn't, then why would you be here? I'm not going to change the way I act or do things for them.
Yeah, and you know the other side of things, just started up my stream. There you go. Nonfiction is up and running. If anybody wants to hang out with her as well, um, I will say this: I I want to give them, like, I've turned down a lot of sponsors in my in the last like 6 months. I've turned down every sponsorship request because mostly they weren't really amounting to anything impressive. But two, I don't want to partner with anybody until I feel like I can carry my end of things as well. So like if somebody came to me and like, hey, I want you to be in the team, and I go and look and I see everybody in that team has 50,000 followers or more, they're running 500 concurrent viewer streams, I'm probably going to decline their offer because I don't feel like I could contribute to that.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's just streaming wise, but like, I've turned down plenty of corporations that have asked me to, you know, do a game or something like that, just because I don't feel like I would add that value. And then at the end of the, you know, time, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're not going to pay you because you didn't actually, you know, bring any followers or sales or anything like that. So I just, I don't know. Right now I'm trying to avoid all that stuff together. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the bigger things with the newer streamers. I mean, I know that I'm newer, but I did a lot of research on this, and I think that people just have to be very wary of these. Like, I get a lot of it on Instagram where they're like, "Oh, love your post. Check out this, and you could become, you know, an affiliate." If they're telling you that you need to buy their shirt, and then if you do a good job, um, you'll get a portion of your sales, that they're not your sponsor. You're doing them a favor
yeah,
for free, basically, and also paying for them. And I think that people really need to watch out for them. I don't want to say it's a scam, but they're not bringing any value to you. And I
oh, it's
think that when you do
predatory.
look, yeah, when you do look at sponsorships and things like that, you have to make sure that you guys are both getting something out of the deal.
Yep.
If
I
you're
agree.
not getting something out of the deal from them, and you have to really look at what value you do bring, because I did get an offer from somebody and I turned them down because I was like, first of all, it sounded not shady, but you know, not really what I was looking into. But I was like, why do they want me? I only had at that time like 250 followers. I
Yep.
had like 5 concurrent viewers. They're just looking for anyone to wear their shirt.
Yo,
Yeah.
your
I'm
turn,
not
nerd. I
bringing
was thinking
them
about you the other day.
any
How
value
are you, dude?
whatsoever. So
Thank you
why
for
are
the
they
sub, man.
looking at me?
Appreciate that. What's
Like,
going on, man?
not that I don't have value. I'm not saying that. But like as a company standard, like what am I going to get them, one sale?
Well, like
Yeah.
I won't even think about a sponsorship until I average 100 concurrent viewers, for example.
Exactly. It's not worth it to them. So then that shows me that they don't value how
That
their
I
products are perceived either, if
Some
they're
are
willing
personalized. The
to have their
majority are
name on
blanket
someone's
ones for
stream
every
who
small
really
streamer.
isn't out there yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
I,
is
I
true.
agree with that. I think just being able to carry your own weight so you can walk into that office and say, hey, I'm worth it, right? Beside, you know, because when you only have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, I just don't feel like your suitcase isn't big enough yet, you know?
Exactly. They're gonna get more out of you than you're gonna get out of them, and it's just it's not a balanced relationship.
Yeah, no problem, Matt. I'm doing well. I've been busy, so I haven't even turned my PC on. I know, dude.
Yeah,
I
pretty
haven't seen you
much.
streaming, dude. I've missed you. I'm glad you're right. Sorry, I was just answering a question in chat.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I think sponsorships are just a weird area. I mean, and not that I don't think, I don't know. Like nonfiction's been killing it. I mean, if she keeps going the way she's at, I mean, she could see partner pretty quick, I think. So she may actually see way more partnerships than she even thinks she could. You know, same with you, Shorty. I think especially if you guys team up and you do more together, I think a lot more sponsors are starting to look at like friend rings. You know what I mean? For lack of better terms, friend rings, streamer rings, Twitch teams, whatever. So
Yeah, I haven't got anything much. I got someone like offering design stuff, but that was like before I blew up this week more. And so I think it was like the give type of idea or whatever.
yeah, yep,
But I know a while back I was really into Instagram, and I had two Instagrams. I had one that was travel related because I travel a lot and love to pick pictures, and I had one that was dog related. And the dog related one, I got so many people in that area like,
People
look
love
at these like
animals.
these neck dog collar bandana things. Like you can buy it for a discount price and hype it and all that stuff. I'm just like, and like, but then you have to like post about it and all that stuff. And yeah, it's like you pay for the collar just a little cheaper and you advertise for them.
Yeah.
It's like shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dex is in here dropping some
Ah,
nuggets. I'm telling you.
oh my gosh. Sorry, I muted
How do you
myself.
guys address people that come to your stream and like they want you to play the game that you were playing before? And it happens to me all the time because like I'm a variety streamer. I play whatever I want. Yeah, I get a lot of people that say, Jack, can you just play Among Us or Jackbox? Like this sucks. And I'm like, sorry, bruh. Like you can unfollow if you want. Like at the end of the day, this is my motto. Twitch doesn't care how many followers I have. They just care how many of them show up. That's it. That's the name of the game, man. And so it doesn't bother me when people want me to play other games. I could care less. I'm going to play what I want to play.
I've never had like any of my followers, my viewers, or anything ask me to change games or anything, which is because I'm just that small of a streamer compared to Nonfix, Shorty, and you, Unjacked. Last time I checked, I think I only had like 40 something followers as of right now. If my views are, my viewing, everything is correct.
Well, I think it's also important to cultivate a community that likes you. Like,
Exactly.
they're there for your personality, not the game. Like, if you're in there for
Exactly.
the game, there's much better people to go watch than me.
Yeah, for sure. That's really true.
Well, I mean, first of all, Chrissy, I still very much consider myself a baby streamer too. So, I mean, it's okay that you're still smaller because I still feel like I'm pretty small in comparison to other people too. But most of my viewers that I know that are going to be in there every day don't care what game I'm playing because they're there for me. That's why I try to be so active with my chat
Yeah.
and communicate with people. And the game really is secondary. I mean, I want to make good content and be out there, but really the game is secondary to my chat. And of
Yeah.
course I get people in there that are like, "Hey, I was following you since you were playing Call of Duty," which is completely different than what I'm doing now. But I
Yeah.
know that I'm going to evolve as a streamer and I better not be doing the same thing today that I was doing a month ago because you're never going to grow that way.
Exactly.
If I'm still doing the same thing, I'm still going to be getting the same results. But I do try to mix it up. Like on my schedule,
Yeah.
I'll try to variate it. And if I get enough people that are like, "Oh, you don't play this anymore," and be like, "Well, you know what? I'll put up a points reward, and if you guys get enough points, then I'll play it on this day."
It actually
Yeah.
sounds like a pretty cool idea. Because I think it was the other day I had gotten one of my new achievements. It was actually on the 11th. I streamed for 8 hours in the past 30 days. So it was like I got so excited. So yeah, that was my moment.
That's good though. That's awesome though. Good for you.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
still working on like my building a community thing, which I'm only like 6 followers away for the to reach the 50 followers, and then to get 5 people chatting at the same time in my chat. I'm still working on that one too. Then with the affiliate, I just need to get the 50 followers, stream on 7 different days, and then average 3 viewers, and then I got affiliate within those
Yeah.
30 days, of course.
And my
Affiliate's
advice
super
to
easy
you,
to get.
yeah, I mean, my advice to you with affiliate is I see a lot of people really, really pushing for it and saying like, "Hey, just hang out in my chat. Mom, come on my thing so I can get to my 3." If you're not reaching that naturally, you're not gonna go anywhere from there.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. Like I will raid people who are on affiliate and do this and that, but I will only do it if I really feel like my community, if it's somebody that they would enjoy watching, because them going over there
Yeah.
and following them, I know they're not going to go and watch them again. So it's really not going to help because the average
Exactly.
viewers is the hardest thing to keep.
Mhm.
And if, it's just some schmo sitting in front of their Xbox who doesn't communicate with their chat, it's not going to matter how many followers they have or I send over there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to make sure that you're doing it as
I
authentically as possible so it's real.
Yeah.
I actually
Because-
went out of my way to not tell any friends or family that I was a streamer until 3 weeks ago. I finally
Oh
announced it.
wow.
Yeah, nobody knew except my brother. That's it.
I haven't told like any of my family except for a couple of days ago. But I haven't given them like any information on like my streaming and everything. But I talk pretty openly about a lot of like my viewpoints and stuff, and it's very different than my family's, and I don't want to address it in my phone calls with them and stuff. And they would. So they actually don't really know that like I stream or the extent of it, you know. And my mom's really confused by it since I told her that I stream, she's like, how does that make you money? Or like how does that work? What does this even mean? And you can see she's kind of just like confused and like boomer in it. Like just like doesn't get it. And I don't really want her to watch it anyways, because it's gonna lead to a lot of uncomfortable
Yeah,
conversation.
I didn't want the judgment. I didn't want like all that stuff. There's
Yeah,
actually a great
my
question.
mom- Well, my mom's actually a pastor, and a lot of what I am talking about in my stream, like, is about being a pastor's kid and how that's
Yep, yep.
affected me and stuff.
No, I'm right with you. No one but the people who live in my house know that I stream, and I kind of like it that way because I like having like the double life kind of thing. It's interesting to me and it keeps it fun. But no one in my in real life is gonna know about my stream until that check mark's by my name.
Yep, and I think that's a good rule of thumb. Hey, I would like to switch topics real quick because this is kind of an interesting one, and I think we do have some little streamers. Not little. I'm not trying to be insulting, but like streamers that are just starting out, right? And one thing that I read on r/Twitch all the time, if you go over there on Reddit, it's every post is literally a no viewer Andy post, right? Like, oh, tears, nobody's watching me. So Say says, do you have any advice for streamers who don't have anyone in the chat? My personal advice is keep talking. Literally talk like there's a million people watching you. That's all I did. Literally just keep talking. What
That's
would
pretty
you
much
Yeah, I know it's a cliche thing, but the
nothing to say
don't look
about
at the
that.
viewers thing is a real thing. Like that's a real thing. You don't need to know how many people are watching you until you're able to have enough people in your chat that you're comfortable with knowing. Like I watch mine now because I want to know what's working and what's not working. If something's not working and I see my viewers drop, I'm going to stop that. But in the beginning, I didn't want to know. I was talking to, like, if I was standing up on a stage talking to an audience. And plus it helps when you like the sound of your own voice too.
Yeah, that's true too. I could put myself to sleep. Do you guys actually just a side tangent, but do you guys watch your own streams back at night?
No.
Oh, I'll get
I
super baked
definitely-
and I'll watch one of my streams and I'll be laughing my ass off on the couch.
I did have someone tell me
Sometimes-
they fell asleep watching my stream and I rocked them to sleep with my voice.
I
That
did
was
in the
nice.
beginning more when I was trying to really dial in like my audio and things like that and like my visuals. I just sat down and watched my VODs because I'm like, I need to know what other people are hearing and seeing, and this is the only way I'm going to be able to do it. And it was super uncomfortable at first, but now I do it because I have to, because I'm making other content from this content. So there's really no way around being able to watch my own streams.
That's true
That's what you
too.
say about the viewer content too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Viewer count. So I think one big thing with me starting with Goose specifically was the proximity chat, and like even though you don't have viewers to banter with yet, you have the people to mess with like in each room you go in and all that. And I think that was a really big thing. And I like to rock out to music, sing along, and just kind of like, and I do talk to myself a bit. And I think that was a big thing because like some of the first people who rated me were just like, I was looking for someone to raid, maybe like someone a little smaller, and you like had no viewers or like one viewer, and you were just talking away. And they're like, she seems fun. Let's like go raid her. And I'm just like,
Right?
well, I didn't even know I was doing that, but cool, thanks. But like,
Yeah.
I think a big thing with Goose Goose Duck is like you're already chatting like with the game or with the people. Like it's good to already have banter going. So
Exactly. If
then
you have a
once you
problem
chat,
talking,
like
playing a game with other people in it is key because that
yeah,
will help you open up and just start talking
yeah.
to people.
And then like once people start like chatting in your like stream on your stream, then you can like yeah, you're like flipping between the game chat and this chat, and then like they're like, oh, this person's like chatting with me, chatting with everyone, and I don't know. Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you're someone who's going to be streaming like single person games, the biggest advice that I would have for you is just say the things that you're thinking. Like, even if you think it sounds stupid, just say it anyway. Like,
Oh,
because I play, when I play Don't Starve, I usually play solo. I don't usually play Don't Starve together. So I'll be like, oh, I guess we're going to go cut this tree down now. Oh, I better go get food because I'm going to starve soon. Like, just say the things that you're thinking that require you to play the game out loud. Like, just be your own
Yeah.
commentator.
Yeah.
I think a big thing for my husband specifically, he's a streamer. He streams Blood Bowl, and so that's like he's not like talking to anyone in his ears or whatever, but it's a logic based game, and so he's like talking his like thought process out of like why he's making the decisions he's making. So that's good on like the logical things, or like some of the streamers I watch for TFT, they'll be like, should I like pick this person or this person, and like weigh the pros and cons of like what choices they're making and stuff like that. And that's really cool, especially like if you see someone's like killing it in the game, like if someone's doing really good in this game, but they're doing really bad at streaming, like maybe just talk about why you're making the decisions you're making, and people will be like, "Oh, this person like really knows how to play this game. Maybe I'll learn how to be good at this."
one
Yeah.
thing I do, and you guys saw a little bit of it yesterday. Whenever I feel like there's a lull in like action or something like that, I try to come up with something outrageous to make people giggle and like maybe carry on the conversation a little bit. So like yesterday when I was playing with nonfiction, I was having a moment and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about this YouTube channel where I have animals making out with each other? We'll call it First Base with Animals. And like literally everybody was like, no,
You said
that's
it. Oh,
awful.
yeah.
And but like we had a moment.
But the thing is,
So
I was there, and the whole ghost chat heard you, and they were responding to you, and you were mostly responding to your chat, and they were like, "Wait, what? Wait, what?" And it just like created this weird, awkward but hilarious conversation in
yeah,
the ghost chat as well.
I do it on
Yeah.
purpose. It's
Yeah,
it's
like I
like seed
created
and go.
yeah, I created my go-to of the when no one's talking and it always gets people boiled up is the cereal soup thing. All I have to do is bring that up and people get so outraged by it, but that they have no choice to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just like to really drive people into a conversation. And then usually I'll ditch out and just kind of see where it evolves from there. You know, sometimes I'll stay with it and encourage it. And then other times I just kind of want to like, people remember those moments. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to burn that moment into their brain. So the next time that I'm in nonfiction's game, they're like, oh, this is the guy that wants to make out with animals. So gross. Hey, what's his channel? I'll follow him. You know?
Remember that. I was in there for that thing. Oh my god. Um Sometimes I
Yeah.
don't know what to think about that at times.
Well, I mean, like I said, it is literally on purpose. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I think I don't know how to spell enunciate, by the way. Somebody's asking how can they prevent mumbling? And honestly, the only way to do it is just keep talking and practice and then think about it. Think about enunciating or embrace it. I don't know.
Yeah, that just goes back to practicing and then listening to yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
I have something to the tune of like 10,000 hours talking in front of people. So like literally my answer is always going to be practice. Like I was at the college level for teaching in the military. I literally earned master instructor while I was serving, which is like 5,500 hours in the classroom, 300 hours of community teaching, 150 hours of course development, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the point is I've been doing this for so long, it just looks and probably sounds natural. Like I went to school on how to speak. And it was actually interesting. I'll tell this story real quick if you guys don't mind. All right. So they send me to this BIC class, BIC, Basic Instructor Course, and it's at Biloxi, Mississippi, on Keesler Air Force Base. It was a 6-week class, and when you enter the door, they give you 3 balls, the little like stress balls, the foam ones, and every single day you have to go in front of the class and you have to make a presentation. You have to speak every single day. And anytime you have like an or an or one of those kind of words, everybody in the class throws a ball at you. It's just training. Honestly, at the end of the day, you have to train yourself to speak well in front of a crowd. All right, that's my story.
Well,
Getting used to getting tomatoes thrown at you.
Yeah, basically.
There's one streamer. The person who actually inspired me to stream. He has like the exclamation point commands called tomatoes, where you throw rotten tomatoes at him. It's really funny.
Yeah, I mean
Wow.
it's very similar like that.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Like if I go back and I was to watch like my video from like my first month of streaming, it would
Yo,
probably be
Linky,
so
what's up, dude?
goddamn
Good to see you, man.
cringy
Hey, Maya, see
from
what's up?
how I am now
How's the
because I'm
podcast
just
going? It's going very
more
well, actually.
comfortable being on a
Going
mic and
super
hearing the
well.
sound of my own voice.
Way better than I
So
thought.
I again, it's just practice.
dog's
It'll
well.
just come to you. And it might come to some
Little
people
Yep.
more naturally than it comes to others, but you can really train yourself to do just about anything.
oh, for sure. I totally agree with that. But if you
Well, a
want to
lot of
make
these streamers are
sure
new,
that
and
you're
they're not going to do this
how can I
unless I
say
force
this?
them.
that your
like I am
words
right
are
now.
coming out the way you want them to, you could practice in the mirror, like mouthing what you
I do
want
this
to
often,
say.
by the way.
Make
If you
sure
just
your
follow me, I
mouth is
literally
like
do this often.
expanding enough to where you can understand what everything is coming out. Even I still have problems. You hear the stutters in my voice, but yet I still stream. I embrace who I am. I make it work.
If you wanted to get serious though about like training your voice, you have to put yourself in positions that will allow you to. Now, if you're religious, that means start speaking at church, start hosting Sunday school class, whatever it is that gets you there. I don't get into that stuff, but like there are opportunities in your local area to go and talk, go be the MC for the Christmas, the town Christmas get together, where you read off whatever. Like for me, I used to go and be the MC for any kind of award banquets, any kind of promotion ceremonies. Anytime they needed a speaker, if the general was asking like, hey, I need somebody to host this, I was always the MC. I was the MC at all my my Christmas parties for my work. Like I literally took on any speaking opportunity that was put in front of me. I always raise my hand and say yes. Now that's different than streaming. I understand. But if you're really worried about your speaking, go push yourself. Wow, I'm over here soapboxing. I am so sorry, ladies.
No,
Like,
that's
and
fine.
that's
And I
Just
mean,
gotta
You're good.
listen.
You're
the big
good.
thing is too, is just don't be embarrassed. Like I stumble over my words sometimes on stream. Words are hard.
Yeah.
Words are some of the hardest thing in the world. And you know what? You just gotta laugh at yourself and make a joke. I tried to talk the other day and I was just like, you guys need to hold on a second while I reset
you
because
have 1,000
apparently I
followers,
forgot
you'll be
how
lucky
to
if
make
10
words
show
come out of
up.
my mouth.
Realistically, that doesn't happen.
Do that almost on a daily basis,
I
no
have
matter
almost
if
4,000
I'm streaming or
followers.
not.
I have
I
28
stumble
people
over
here
my
right
words
now.
almost all the
I want to
time.
listen to the podcast, dude.
And it just
I'm gonna start doing
happens
it
to
more,
me
though.
because like
English is hard. I agree.
my boyfriend, which he's a part of Unjack's community, he has a bit of a speech impediment, and I think I've caught it because
Uh-oh.
we talk so much, and it
Mhm.
just happens, and I just take it and run with it.
Yeah, a lot of the problem I have sometimes is because I'm always trying to I'm managing chat, I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure I'm making good content, that my brain is going faster than the words can actually come out of my mouth, and I'm just thinking about so many things
Oh my
that
god.
like I kind of will like blend two sentences together because I'm trying to say one thing, but I'm completely thinking about something else at the same time. So I'm like, wait a minute, reset. We need to slow down a little bit here.
Yeah. I totally understand that. There's times where that happens to me as well. And I have to like get my brain to slow down a little bit, be like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Repeat
Yeah,
what
that's
you
the
just
only
said.
problem with constantly saying what you're thinking is that if I actually did that, that no one would be able to keep up with what my brain was thinking at when I'm trying to say it. I got into that role when I did first start streaming of just saying what I was thinking because I needed to talk, and now that it's grown and I have more to do, I'm not physically able to say everything that I'm thinking at once.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it
sure.
does get hard and you definitely get tripped up. I get tripped up all the time, like just because I have all that experience behind me. I've learned that if you just take a pause once in a while and just kind of let your brain catch up with your mouth, even that's helpful. Just like literally just taking a pause. Yeah. But there are classes, and I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube videos that could give you tips and tricks on how to become a better public speaker. You know, even taking a community college class for public speaking, even if you've already taken one or you have no interest in college, like if you want to do this as a living, like either you pay for it, go practice it, or just, I don't know, figure it out forehead. Pretty easy. You know, if you go out there looking for it.
Yeah.
No, it's hard for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I
know
actually
that.
just watched a lot of popular YouTubers and streamers, and not so much what they were saying, like because maybe their content isn't the same as my content, but I just listened to the way that they talked, and then I tried to incorporate that more into the way that I talk without not being a genuine human being and true to myself. But I mean, just the way that they were speaking and like, why is this person easy to listen to? What about their voice and what about what they're saying is easy to listen to? And I try to incorporate that into mine.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go, you know? And like I said, it's just time, you know, you got to do it. It's like driving or riding a bike. Like if you don't do it, like you just never get better. But yeah. Man, I almost want to make videos on YouTube now. How to speak better forehead. Like that could be literally the title. And then animals making out underneath it. Oh my God, that'd be so good. A man can dream.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
that's
I don't
have
think that's
an
very
unjacked
appropriate to
thing.
dream
That's for
about
sure.
that, but okay.
Yeah, I know,
nobody
right?
can stop me. All right, you can't get inside my head and stop me.
But we
So
should. We probably
Yeah.
should.
well, somebody should. I'm not
After all
arguing
things.
that. Oh my goodness.
I want
I
to bang
can't
my head
believe
on the
this is where the
desk
stream
right
went
now.
today.
I want to bang my head on the desk right now with just that and what Jack just said about the kissing animal thing again. Oh my God.
Good. I
Oh.
hope you dream about it tonight. I literally do.
No. I
No,
see
no, no.
enough
I'm not talking
animal
about
kissing going
bestiality. I'm
on.
not talking about me making out with animals. My
No,
God, my
I'm
chat
talking
is going
about
crazy.
animals kissing each other.
Yeah, I'm talking about cows going in
see
for
that
like a
But
deep
he's
French
also
kiss or something.
but he's also
know?
talking about watching. So animal voyeurism, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, from a tree or like maybe sitting on a fence post or something, like just admiring from afar, you know,
I
put it on
see
video
cats
for later.
bathing each other like on a daily basis.
Oh Jesus. All right. I don't know how much longer we're gonna podcast here. I had no idea that we were gonna do this today, and I had forgot about using the stage and all that. This is like so good. Hey, what are you ladies up to anyway? What's everybody and Nebraska Dad? I'm sorry, like, dude, I'm not trying to like keep you out of this. What's everybody's plans for today? So at least my chat knows what's going on.
I'll go first. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Since I was talking yet. So I started already streaming some GGD. Wasn't really feeling it, honestly. Usually I do really well in the mornings because no one else is really on.
Yep. Yep.
But I was really doing well, but I wasn't really feeling it either, and I wasn't big braining it very well. And I was too dumb brained this morning. So then I went to just chatting for the first time ever and was drawing pictures and stuff. and that was really cool. And then I stopped my stream because I'm like, Jack, yo, let's do this. Let's put this Discord on because he was being so intriguing, and he kept talking about me, so I'm like, I might as well be there, right? And um,
Yeah, it's hard not to watch when they're constantly mentioning your name.
Well, thank you. I
I'm like, I
appreciate
mean,
that.
I could just jump in the Discord so you can like hear my thoughts instead of me typing them all while I'm trying to
No,
draw.
this is way better. I actually am having so
For
much fun
sure.
doing
too.
this.
And you weren't feeling like streaming today. What?
No.
I'm
really
just kidding. And then I'll probably go back to GGD when we're done, I guess. I don't know.
Good.
If you want to play GGD with me, let me know in my chat and we'll make a lobby up together.
I like that.
Oh,
definitely
there's a
playing
new game
GGD
mode
tomorrow.
today too. There's a new game
what?
mode that came out today too.
I looked
New
for the
game
update.
mode,
I was going to
colors
play
came
it
out.
today, but I didn't
Let
see
me
the
know,
update.
Ras. Anything else? I don't know. This Ras Kraken was telling me that in my chat real
Oh.
quick. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll probably switch over to GGD when we are done. But I'd love to do more stuff like this over Discord and stuff.
We could do this anytime. Like, I'm telling you, like, okay, I know that you were saying earlier, like a lot of people don't look at their viewer count. I have never turned off my viewer count. I know how many people are in here at any given moment, but that's also because I know how to control my emotions. And I am the same whether I have 2 people in my chat or if I have 200 or 2,000, doesn't matter. Like I'm fine with that. So,
I mean,
I can
I feel
tell
like it
you the
helps
reason
to
why I
know,
said that
too.
is a lot of people actually showed up today. Like I had like 28 people max listening to us. So I know that this is valuable.
Yeah, I shouted you out because a lot of us have been like really creating a network. Like I said, we made 3 people affiliate in my group of little streamer buddies yesterday and like 2 the day before, and people are like reaching all their goals like in a day. Like
Yeah.
someone had a goal of hitting 100 and they hit it that day because we were all supporting each other. Someone had this goal and that goal, and we keep hitting them each day and like helping each other out. And then yeah. So this
Yeah,
has
I
been
pushed
really
like 5 of them.
Yeah, I leave
well,
my
yeah,
viewer
so then I was
count on
but then
now.
we've been like talking about like how to like stream better, and like I even have a section in my Discord of streamers tips and
Yep.
tricks, tips, advice, and such, and links. And people like some of these other streamers have been like sharing all these things. Like I just found out about pretzel rocks the other day, and I'm in love with it. And like
Yeah, I seen that
I'm
you
like,
added it to your stream. I didn't want to go pretzel rocks. I wanted to stay stream beats.
I didn't know about Stream Beats till this conversation actually when you said it earlier. But then so they're all like dropping all that stuff in my Discord even, and then I like did a big shout out in my Discord like, hey, you should watch this. It's important stuff. Because like we've all been actually like talking about it, but it's been more like through DMs and whispers rather than like, no, let's make like a database.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
no, I agree.
Yeah.
Like I love having these conversations. I think that they are so valuable. So I didn't know that GGG was updated. I was actually going to play GGD today because I thought it was updated, but then I went and checked Steam before the stream and I didn't see any indication that the update went out. So I decided to do this instead.
Yeah, I definitely my viewer count on now because I want real time info about what's working and what's not working. Like I want to know, did I do something that made people leave, or if there's somebody in here that maybe isn't vibing, if I got to get rid of them now. Like I want
Yeah.
that real time info of who's in there and not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just got to
And the
learn
only
to
thing it
realize
really
that it's just a number. Like it's not a big
only
deal.
time the only time that number really affected me was that time when all of a sudden half my viewers and half my lobby in the and
That's
like it
definitely
made
an
me know something was
indication that
going
you should go
on.
check on it.
I didn't know if it was related to me or what happened. And the whole atmosphere changed too. But there were like 5 streamers in the lobby, and I didn't know if something happened like proximity chat or in ghost chat, and like it tilted some people or what.
I think it's
So
just a
I didn't.
shame that not everybody wrapped around you when they saw that, because that
Yeah.
was but I understand a lot
Well,
of
I
it
know
was like a little harsh.
there is some division still, like certain streamers going in opposite directions. Like I'm like this person was petty, so I'm gonna unfollow them and not join any rooms with them and join with you instead. And I'm like, I don't think we should do that. Like,
It'll
let's just get
definitely be
over
at
it.
their
Let's
loss.
get over it, you know?
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
literally be at their loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
so-
not going to say that there's not certain streamers that I just don't vibe with, so I just tend not to play with them. And I mean, I don't have any harsh feelings against any of them, and they do what they want to do, and I respect them as a person, but we just don't vibe together. So I just don't play with them because it ruins my
Yeah.
vibe.
There's a lot of streamers that I don't play with anymore because of that. Like seriously, like if you don't have like a certain vibe to you, like I don't usually join your crowd. So yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially ones that take the game like too seriously. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I take my content seriously, but I'm generally there to have fun. So if you're constantly arguing and getting mad at other people, like in the game, or just taking yourself too seriously, I have a hard time vibing with those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to
I
say
want
like
people
in
to make fun of me
GD
for how bad I play.
I like to say in GD specifically, like they like to have a good time, but also still be big brained, which is why like I usually do 18 plus lobbies, like because some of the younger lobbies I've joined, which I'll still play with more
Yeah.
casually, but like my lobbies I don't like. A lot of the younger lobbies, they're just like point and shoot, and then like the
Yep.
older people who are
Yeah.
playing with me, who are like people who like love playing with me, are just like, what? We didn't even have a discussion, like, and you're not even thinking, you know? So I like the balance of big brain and derpiness, and like some of the people who understand big brain the most are able to bring the most humor and derpiness to it still, and we're able to have a good time, you know?
Yeah, I still want to upload like big wins on my YouTube channel, so I'm definitely trying at least a little bit, but I'm like 70% content and 30% in the game. I just
Yeah.
you got to find the balance that works for your crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely like playing with people that can realize when you're doing a bit and when, maybe it's not your turn, and
Right?
you know what I mean? Like, and things like that. Like people who are just out for themselves all the time, like I know when you're doing a bit. I'll keep my mouth shut, or I could play along with it because I know that you're trying to do something right then and there. Sometimes when you're just playing with people who are in there to cause chaos, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I agree with that. You know,
Yeah.
we're out there just doing our thing, trying to find the
Yeah.
right people to jive with, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Except this year, like I said, collaboration is definitely on the forefront for me because I realized going alone last year it wasn't enough to get me there. So
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to wrap this up. Shorty, what are you doing today? Are you streaming?
I am not streaming today. Today's my normal day off anyway. I was actually just gonna pop on because you were playing, but
Yeah, no worries.
I'm taking the day off, but I am going to be working on my other content. So I'm gonna try to get a TikTok out there today, and and a YouTube, and maybe some pictures on Instagram.
Nice. Very nice. I have been giving you guys shout outs throughout this entire thing. So hopefully your follower count has gone up at least a little bit.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've had a few people follow, and I thank you all of them.
Yeah.
Same
I
here.
made
Thank you,
I
Josh.
made a
Thank
command
you,
with all of
Blue
your
Rose,
links.
Alexander, Gibbs. Thank you all.
Yeah. Gibbs is
I
also in a
had-
Twitch team.
Oh my goodness.
Those are my four new followers. Thank you. I love you. Mwah.
Yeah, no problem. Here to
I
help.
actually have 3. I have Rimuru Snow, I have Gibbs, and Blue Rose. And I
Beautiful.
appreciate every single one of you.
That
And
is
thank
so
you,
good.
Mad Eye Enterprise. Now.
Yeah,
Hey, we should do
anyone that
this
joined, thank you.
from time to time.
Yeah.
Oh
let me
yeah,
know.
for sure. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
I
was
like that I
good.
didn't have to put pants on to do this. It was nice.
Hey, amen to that. I haven't put pants on yet, so this is so good.
I'm still in my
If I'm
nightgown
wearing
right
shorts.
now.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
wearing
wearing
shorts. Did
shorts.
I not put pants on either?
I'm still in my
I'm wearing
nightgown right now,
shorts.
so I'm good.
Yeah. So, let me see. We are going to we'll wrap it up. But anybody got any last words or anything before we go?
Anyone want to play some GGD now?
Do we want
I will
to?
be jumping over there eventually. Non-fic.
just one game. I'm just kidding.
Just one game, yeah.
Just
No,
one game.
I'll probably switch to GGD now if anyone else wants to switch over now that we're wrapping up.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Yeah.
All right.
If y'all
Well,
want to play
guys,
not a GGG with non-fic, make sure you've updated your GGG on Steam because it did have an update.
That's true too,
All
Chiquita.
right.
Thank you. All right, guys,
Probably
let's go
need
over
to
and
do
hang out
that.
with nonfiction. Let's go.
Yay!
With me? What?
Big
Yay.
time. Let's go, lady.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
We're
Come
now on your
over.
channel, but I do have to go have lunch and then go make a YouTube video, so I won't stay.
Okay.
But I hope you go out there and kill it. Hey, let's play again tomorrow. You guys want to play tomorrow, Shorty, non-fit,
Yeah.
Chrissy?
Always.
Yeah,
Oscar
I'm all
Dad?
in for tomorrow.
Definitely.
Always.
All right. I'm gonna go make a YouTube video and I'm gonna go have lunch.
Okay.
see
Enjoy.
you
Have some
guys.
fun. Have some
Got
yum.
it. I'll probably
Yep.
drop a new stream
Alright.
later though.
All right.
All right, bye
Thank
guys.
you for the raid on Jack.
Bye.
What the
Thanks
heck?
for
This is
having us
so
on. It was so much
unexpected. Oh my
fun.
gosh.
My
Fun.
pleasure.
Wow.
This was awesome.
Yeah, it
Later.
was awesome. Let's do it more.
All right, you got it. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.
Possibly.
Yo, that's it for my stream. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. If you're still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I will see you mañana. Later, Gators.